Aha! We're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the late night Sunday stream. I'm live for the 7th day of the week. Just like the good Lord said, thou shalt work on the 7th day as well. What's up, guys? What the hell? All right, so we're going to say mew, 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 mew. Also, I'm very tired. How about, let's make this new mew, bubble mew break. Okay, I like that. Bubble mew break. And then we're going to say Finn and Jake close and hot jungle. Oh, wait, how about destined rivals box break? All right. Welcome to my break and ship channel. That's right. We host probably more breaks than most channels do. We have a real focus on it. It is. We're going live for Sunday. I'm so tired, dude. I'm like tripping balls over here. I'm so tired. I was like trying not to pass out while I was working before we went live. I was like doing a bunch of cleaning. I was organizing cards. I got a BGS submission done. We're getting pretty close to get to the next PSA submission going out. I worked a little bit on that. Since I paid Microsoft money. What did I pay for? I wonder. I just paid Microsoft. Items, Xbox Game Pass. Ugh. Yuck! I'm canceling it. Wonder how much money I've given to Xbox in my lifetime. Just for them to not do very well. So, let's see. We'll close this. Oh, I just reset. Who's here? We got 25 people. I reset the whole YouTube app. So I'm going to turn the music up. You tell me if you hear the music. Tell me if you can hear it when I'm not talking. All right, so I'm hoping that by having reset the app, we got rid of the microphone isolation issue. Hopefully, very whimsical music, loud and clear. Okay, good. So the trick was to reset the app. I deleted it and then I re-downloaded it. Oops, wait a second, I don't want all that. That was the trick. All right, way louder than yesterday. I hear it. Good, good, good. So we're probably back to normal then. Turn that up a little bit. So there is the website pinned now. But I had a lot of energy in yesterday's stream. I'm so tired this time. I don't know what it is. Maybe cares waking me up too early. Well, I think I've been losing sleep each day a little bit. A couple hours missed here and there, and after that, a little more. All right. So I don't remember anything we were working on yesterday. Let's see. I was working with a Japanese seller on a slab I wanted, and I got him into Instagram talking with me. Fix microphone, done. And I told him, I said, can you declare this a little cheaper? And he's like, I can't do that. And then I was like, I don't know if I can buy this card now. Shows you how important those declaration fees have become over time. All right, let's see. Bubble Mew break. Look at that Bubble Mew. That's the news. If you watched yesterday's stream, you saw that. Actually, I think Mr. Mike'side posted Sarah's video right away. Let me take a quick look at that. Let's see how that went. How did that video do? It looks like it's doing okay. Oh yeah, it's the top performing video. Okay, cool, man. I'm gonna hop in Bubble Mew payday for sure. There is a premium on this one. It's not a very large premium, and this is without a doubt a very popular card. So I think this is going to be a great break. I don't. It's going to take a while. It's quite expensive, But, it's the cream of the crop. That's the kind of stuff you guys should want to get into. Here's a quick break that's almost over. It's Finn and Jake. It's in the title. I almost feel like Finn and Jake's not necessary in the title. But here's McDonald's Pikachu. We need 4 more people in the McDonald's Pikachu. We got a lot of McDonald's Pikachus, by the way. Give us my drink here. My drink's almost gone. Hey, Mister, any info on the February PSA sub? That screenshot you sent in Discord didn't have any info on it. Let me look at the screenshot. Let's see. Oh man, I post the picture to be nice, and now I got more questions to answer. Let me go over here. So January, March. That the March one probably is the February submission. You see, I can ship it to them, and they might not actually clock it into their system until much later. That's how it works. Let's see, it shows an EV or something like that. Oh, that says Mark. Mark. So the March submission says Weiss guilty at the top of it. Yep, there it is. February submission, Alexandra Noor, EV 01115 Chinese AR. That is the February submission. So if you look, I posted on a 3.6, but they didn't check it in until March. That's just how PSA is sometimes. They take your stuff and they don't check it in for a little while. Of course, it has to ship too. So, maybe maybe I got it done and then Alexis didn't get it in the mail for 5 days. And then maybe the mail took, who knows, maybe like 7 days to get over there. So that's 12 days later. But then they don't check it in for a week or two. And so already a month has passed by before they've even checked it in. So that's kind of how it goes. And there you go. I posted the image just to kind of, give people an idea of the longer wait times on PSA. Damn, 200,000 Southern Islands Mew. Do you think he's worth that much? Does anyone have any information on how much this card last sold for? Where's that alt app? I think I actually have that. I have that app. Let's see, alt. No, apparently I deleted it. Okay. So I used to have the alt app. Let me see if there's one of these for sale though. I saw Gold Star Gyarados sold. This guy was in auction and he just sold tonight for 80K. So he is cheaper this month. Mew Southern Islands. I wonder who won it. Okay, let's see. Highest price. Oh no, you're right. There is one for sale online for 200K with 51 viewers, 51 followers. Oh, it's TCA Gaming as well. So cool. So TCA Gaming has one for sale. That's super cool, man. $200,000. Well, I do hope it sells. Man, that guy will have so much freaking money if he manages to sell that. He already has $1 million in sales. I don't have anything like that. I've not been selling through my precious cards. TCA Gaming, I think he feels like, we're at a peak of the market. Might as well sell off a bunch of my cards and have $1 million. Maybe that's a smart move. Maybe you take all that cash, roll it into some kind of, conservative investment account and wait for Pokemon cards to crash and then buy back in. I don't know, but I'm not into that personally. I'm gonna go the Warren Buffett route. If I have a good card, that card doesn't get sold. If I have a good card, it just stays in my account. It is. So I'm gonna go that route. It's probably not as clever looking or as aggressive, or perhaps I miss out on growth, but I don't like the gamble. The gamble is that he's able to buy back in. Like, who wouldn't want to own that? I would hope that he would want to own that card. It'd be very interesting if he didn't want to own it. I mean, that's one of those cards you're never going to see it again. Population 20, that's a really low number. So I assume he would want to have that card in his collection, but I don't know. Really makes you wonder who's a collector and who's not. Like, who's a collector and who's just a salesman? Because I really want to hold on to that Mew, just because he is a special card. You don't have to have a lot of other reasons. We are, but Mr. TCA Gaming, I feel like he's the real deal. So I'm assuming that he's getting rid of it because he thinks the market's overvalued right now. But I don't know if I even agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. Here's Alejandro Martinez Jr., one spot in the Jungle Pack, one in the Roaring Skies. Here it is. All right. So we are officially started, guys. Did I forget to do anything at the beginning of the stream? I always have like a list of chores to do. I always look at his videos, very informative. I suspect he has 3. Oh my God, that's disgusting if he owns 3 of those. And that would make a lot of sense why he would sell one then, because he's saying maybe it's time to upgrade to a mansion or something. Holy man. I'd love to know what he actually owns. Oh my god, that'd be crazy if he had 3 of those. I think they were collectors and then they just got rich and had different wants. Well, there's a point where, you maybe you wanna buy a beach house or a lake house, or maybe you want to buy a house that's more appropriate for storing your cards in, some kinda impenetrable fortress. Or maybe you want to buy a new car, maybe you just want to have a conservative retirement account, something like that. So there's nothing wrong with all of those thoughts. But I know some people probably just buy and sell cards for no other reason other than to make money on the cards, and they don't actually want the cards. That's the part that I find strange. And I think that in the long run, anyone that's in the game that for that reason, just to make money and no other reason, I think eventually they lose. It is because the only real reason that the hobby's going up is because there's people who want to keep the cards forever. That's the real reason the hobby goes up. And so it's a bet on whether the hobby is truly that way or not. And I think it is. One, two, three, four, five. 5 of these, 5 out of 11. TCA's the real deal. I'll go spy in his house. You can see his whole collection on the collector app. Just checked. It's a crazy portfolio. So the collector app has all of his cards in it. Is that how it works? That's very interesting. Does he have multiples of those Mews? That's true. I'm holding my gold star. I have 13 out of 18 Southern Island set. Unfortunately, not the Mew, though. Such a beautiful card. New Lego propaganda videos. I ran into some Lego propaganda videos on TikTok. They're hilarious, man. So crazy for TikTok or for Lego to be being used politically. I don't know how Lego feels about that, but that's pretty nuts, huh? People are taking our toys and making political videos out of them. Here's Beatrice. Can I get a spot in the Bubble Mew? Yes, you can. All right, Bubble Mew time. I only saw one on his account, but maybe he didn't log all of them. I think it's a real pity to miss out on this Mew, but if he manages to sell it for 200 and then buy it back for 100, he's doing very well. And he was been around long enough to witness the Logan Paul prices when Logan Paul did his box break, followed by maybe 5 years later the Logan Paul crash. So there was obviously a very big crash, and so maybe he's expecting this sort of cycle to occur again, just sort of sell at the top, try to buy back in at the bottom. Again, that's very aggressive. That's sort of like it's like, hey, I think I can do it this well. I think some guys are into that. I'm personally not into that. I don't want to take I just think you just buy the best card and you hold the best card, and that's it. So I think that's the only thing you have to do. So Beatrice, one spot in the Bubble Mew slab, which is right over here. Haha, first one in. Congratulations, Beatrice. He logs one because that's his collection. Put this here. All right. Should I log my collection? What do you guys think? Pretty sure Sarah already won that break. She's not in it yet. All right, there it goes. Wonderful. Cool, cool, cool. So that's the new Bubble Mew break. And it is Sunday night. I'm not expecting a very heavy night. Oh, I was going through a lot of baggies. Look at this. Who here recognizes this? Does anyone here, is anyone here old enough to remember these? Look what I found. Made this a long time ago. Look, it says Saul. I don't know what this says in it. Winton? Winton? This looks like a Jennifer, but that wouldn't be Jennifer Yap. That'd be somebody else. It sends an effer. I don't know what this one is. That's the one down here says James B. This one says Mark, I think. Or maybe, no, it says Martin. This was a very, very Goodman. This is a very, very old version of the breaks. Very, very old version. And I can't remember exactly how it used to work. You see, there weren't a lot of people buying from me originally. It was just a small group of people. Actually, it's still kind of a small group of people. But back then, it was truly small. It was just like, I don't know, like 20 people. So everyone just kind of knew each other when we got started back then. Wait, did my music stop playing? I think my music needs to be reset real fast. So back then, it was a pretty, you should have seen the old table. The old table was so small. The shelf was tiny where we stored everyone's bags. And actually, we stored people's bags in these. So your bag would just be stored in one of these, and it would sit on a very narrow shelf. And so you have a bag right here. and people didn't have overwhelmingly huge bags back then. They just had smaller bags, and that was it. Because we didn't have what we have today. People didn't buy cards the same way they do now. People spend thousands on cards easily. Back then, you spent 50, 100, maybe 200, and even that was a bit strange back then. But nowadays it's not strange at all. Nowadays you guys pay triple the amount to open the same amount of cards. But so this whatever I remember the standing table. Oh yeah, well that was not that long ago. That's actually over there in this room right now. But so this one is from a long time ago. This booster pack's from like 5 years ago. And I believe the way it used to work is you would buy like a basically like a custom booster, and I would actually write your name on it. I'd write your name on the custom booster. This was before we had this was before we had a system of energy cards with your names on it. See what I'm saying? So we would write your actual name on the booster instead of having energy cards, and then we would shuffle it up and see whose name got pulled. Pretty cool, huh? So I ran into this while I was doing some work. What I was doing something I knew I would eventually do. I was working through some old raw cards. You see, I used to buy some singles, and of course, there's been many abandoned bags over the years. And so I had this system of raw cards where I would store them up and then stock them away. And I was like, all right, now forget about these. So I was just sneaking into that tonight to find some cool stuff. I don't know if I found much. Actually, I spent most of the time organizing it, but I got a couple of these. These will not grade 10. These are grade like 5 maybe. But I got a couple of these. Look at that. That'll go out. That'll go out. Got some Mimikyus ready to go. Look at this. I found a one piece OP1 English Luffy. Look at that. Crazy. Little Torchic, little Pineco. Found some old poker cards too. So, sometimes I sift through the old stuff to get a couple grades, but not too many. I don't want to grind through the old stuff too fast. But I was cleaning that up, and like I got some. Look at this. These are for sale. I'm gonna end up selling these. Let's see. So these will end up being for sale, like Al Creamy. I'm not gonna grade Al Creamy. Here's a little Rowlet, a little Executor. I'm keeping it creamy with you guys. Ooh, maybe I should grade that. Actually, this bag had been set aside to sell a long time ago, so I may have to reconsider selling some of these. But I assigned bag. Look at that. I assigned bags to be sold. Okay, look at that Pikachu's. Wow, some cool stuff in here actually. This can all be put into the binder break, and it wouldn't all necessarily go in the binder break. We're being a little more careful with the binder break because I realize I can't be selling I cannot be selling $300 of hit cards in a $160 binder break. It's just a foolish way to sell cards. So now the binder break has to have some rules in the way that it's designed. It can go above 160, but it can't get too far away from 160 because I noticed the binder break doesn't really go off unless it's overwhelmingly like let me put it this way. So it does go off if it's overwhelmingly overvalued. Then people go, okay, I better get in there. But I think our older system of just adding infinitely expensive cards to it is over. We're not going to do that anymore. That's just not a good way to sell a product. It's better to let it sit around, catch some interest from somebody who just got paid or whatever. Somebody who intentionally wants to go in there, not somebody who's going, oh, the binder break is undervalued. Somebody who's looking at it going, oh, that should be like $200, $300. You know what I mean? So binder break was it's been interesting hosting it. Now we want to make sure that we have a core group of items worth 160, and then I can slowly add bonus in there as I wish. Did you see the Gold Star Gary sold for 90K? Well, I thought he sold for 80K. Let me look at it. I thought it was 80K. Let me look again. I don't think he sold for 90. Let's see. I'm clicking on it. Okay, it says it sold for 80,500. Thoughts? Well, last time it sold for like 92 or something like that, and this time it sold for 80. So it actually got cheaper this time. And I think a lot of that just comes down to the fact that it's so expensive already. It's really expensive. And so I don't think that, there's so many multimillionaire buyers in the hobby that every time he gets posted to the market, he can, he can be funded each time for so much money. Look at this. Here's Scyther. Ooh. Shiny Snorlax. Very nice. SpongeBob. We've got Slowpoke. I've got to slow down on grading the old maids. We got enough old maids. And Simba. All right, we got a couple cards here. Wonderful. All right. Where were you the one that paid 30K for the shiny Tyranitar? No, I haven't spent any money this weekend. The only thing I've done is grading. That's the only thing I've done. Let's take a quick look at this classic collection Scyther. Let's see. Classic Scyther. Okay, we want the cheapest one, of course. Looks like he's $65 now. I think 60 is fine. So we're just roll this up to 60. 30K. Sure. Yeah, shiny Tyranitar is nice, huh? Okay. I sold you one and I bought one. So I still have 3 of them. And I've been lucky to hold 3 of them. Hello, all. Good evening. Hey, what's going on? Mr. Marion. Spongebabadoo. Yes. This Scyther would make a fantastic gym break if you think about it. He's a $30 buy-in if you do it. Now, let's see. Anthony Rodriguez. What's up, man? For the nine tail slab. You know what? I'm gonna sell it to you, okay? Here you go. All right. All yours. We're gonna now choose a new second chance slab. We need a $100 slab. Here's Simba. He can be the second chance slab. Pikachu, Shelmet, second chance slab. We need something about the $100 range. Ooh, that Charizard's nice. Simba's nice, but I just don't think it'll appeal to everybody who gets into that second chance. Maybe he's the best thing I got. Wait, here we go. Here's a Meganium. Here's a pristine Gardevoir for 120. That'd be an interesting one. Let's see. We got the Mega Scrafty. Crazy how my price is higher on the Gardevoir than the Mega Scrafty. Ooh, pristine Psyduck. That's cool. Here's Ryuno Glide. Oh, that wasn't for sale. Technically, it was the second chance slab. Not a big deal. We'll just pick a new one. You know the saying, beggars can't be beggars can't be choosers. So anyone who gets pulled out of the second chance slab is going to be pretty happy with that they were pulled. All right, so we got a variety of slabs here. Dragonite, Scrafty, Gardevoir, Meganium, and Simba. I feel like Simba would be the least popular. Most of all because he's Disney, not Pokemon. Okay, so that leaves us here. Honestly, I think the Meganium provides probably the most value. That's my perspective on it. He's vintage. But technically, the Gardevoir is posted at $120. So it's the most expensive priced card here. And then Scrafty, I don't think everyone likes Scrafty. I think he's probably not a good choice. Scrafty has limited appeal. I kind of don't want to do the Dragonite. I want to put the Dragonite up into the live customs or something. So it's really down to these two. A Megadium versus a Gardevoir. What do you guys think should be the second chance slab? But choosers can be beggars. Don't quote me on that. Saw it in a video. The poker card. First partner prices going crazy. Simba, I'm your cat dad. Thanks for the purchase, by the way, Mr. Anthony Rodriguez. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday night. This is our quick Sunday stream. I just hit the gold Zygarde on perfect order. The gold Zygarde, bro. Mega silver, mega gold. All right, we're hitting refresh. Maybe a simple coin toss can decide. So Meganium gets odd, Gardevoir gets even. We're using the white die. He gets odd, right? All right, so Meganium is the second chance slab. Very good. I think that's probably the best outcome. All right. It's like 170 LMAO. Wow. This is like a get rich quick scheme. Oh, did I put that on crooked? God, dude. It's the worst feeling. That's crooked too. My God. There we go. Oh, man, it's crooked every time. Who cares? All right. Look at eBay. Nope, I lied. Over 1,000. The Charmander's like 800. I saw those. I didn't like them. I personally didn't like them. All right, the second chance slab is officially this Meganium now. Very nice. Very nice. Shall I show off the slabs that we have in the Pokey Shuffles? Let's take a look at the Pokey Shuffles real fast. All right, Pokey Shuffle time, guys. We got Raikou, Charmander, Arcanine, Tepig, Electrode, Garlic Ray. I love this card. I'm surprised no one bought it. That is Super Mario, and he's in his stomping boot. Very fun. Mewtwo, McDonald's Pikachu, Marshadow. This is an interesting, cheap little card. It's just a Japanese Misty's Magikarp, which I think you got to respect it because it's Misty's Magikarp. I like Magikarps. I know Magikarps are one of those popular Pokemon. Raikou, I collect Magikarps. Outlaw Leg, Umbreon. Put this all back. Just getting on. I made an order last night, but saw that this transaction didn't go through till this morning. Oh, interesting. What's the name for the transaction? Can you tell me? There's Mufasa. Maybe Simba should go in there with them. Gyarados. Thank you. Okay. I just got a Mr. Hawk order. Hey, Mr. Hawk. How's it going, man? Lots of slabs in there. Alejandro Martinez. Oh, I think I just serviced that one. Yes. Let's see. There it is. Yep, just serviced it. You got a spot in the jungle and a spot in the Roaring Skies. Lots of cool cards in there. Like, look at this guy. Pretty neat. Can pull any of these for just $5. Of course, if you buy 10 of the Poke Shuffles, which is a $50 buy-in, you get one for free, which is a pretty sweet deal. A lot of people take advantage of that. Mister, watch the new season of The Boys. Oh, yes, I'm watching it. It's enjoyable. I think that so far, I don't have a lot to complain about. All right, let's see. So far, I don't have a lot to complain about. So let's jump over here. Need more money. We have Mr. Hawk, and he says he's going in. He wants $100 worth of the shuffles. So that means you want 20 of them. He said shuffles. You're talking about the Pokey Shuffles, 20 Pokey Shuffles. Is that right? I was scared I was going to miss out on the break. The new season's pretty good. No complaints here either. Yeah, it has a really final feeling to it so far. I like what they're doing with all the characters. Maybe Kamiko or whatever her name is the only character that feels kind of odd. Like they didn't need to do the gimmick with her talking. Let's do half and half. Ooh, half and half what? Half of the Poke Shuffles, half live customs. Is that what you're saying? 1, 2, 3. Show me your Hunter cards. Hunter hobbies. I do have a Hunter that you probably don't own. Would you like me to show that to you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, sounds good, Mr. Catnip. What do we got? Oh, Sylveon right at the start. You might get two. Yup, you're getting Pikachu and Mega Diancie in the extra bonus spot. That's how it's done. Look at that, guys. It's like a freaking jackpot right there. Wow. Crazy. All right, Sylveon, Pikachu, Mega Diancie. Now you're going to have to choose whether to keep these or to re-roll them. So let me get them for you. Okay. What's this? Is this Mega Diancie? Here it is. So that's 50. So now just Sylveon and Pikachu. 020 Pikachu is right here. That's 130. And this is Sylveon for 65. All right, what are we doing with this? You tell me what you want to do right here, okay? Mr. High cards away like a gerbil. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Dooby dooby doo. Your decision here has to be whether you want to re-roll any of these. So if you re-roll them, you get about 90% of their value as the re-roll. That's how that works. But you take the mega. All right, so this one, the Mega DNC, you want me to re-roll that. All right, you got it, man. That's crazy. You're doing so well already. Oh, look at that. That used to say a TRG on it. That's funny. Well, I got write your name on this one now. Keep the other two. All right. Crazy, bro. You realize how well you just did? That's why these are so popular. Of course, people also miss, but it's the jackpot. People love hitting a jackpot like this. There we go. Like sometimes we see somebody buy 10 in a row and it's perfectly cold. There we go. Good. Yesterday I did good too. Nice. All right. Throw that away. And let's take a look at this Garland Ray, Garlic Ray. It's going to go back in for 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's going back in on 50. But the next time it gets pulled, it will be valued at 45. And you're going to get a reroll value of 45. 45 is a total of 9. So look at that. You went in on 10, and now you already took like $150 out of the box, and you're still re-rolling 9 more spots. That's unbelievable. It's like, it doesn't even make sense to me almost. Here's a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No! All right. Should have kept the Garlic Ray. Garlic Ray re-rolled into a cold round. That was a cold round. Hey, mister, if I have 4 cards to send to grade through tag, how much extra besides getting the cards to you? I mean, it's just the normal amount, 30. Yeah. I was making sure I understood your question. Yeah, you could just send them over and tell me you want to send them to tag. So it'd be 4 times 30. That'd be 120, okay? That would be 120. All right. So now we have the other part of his order. 2 live costumes. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. Hold. No, no. Aha! Huntail. Oh, no, not the Huntail. Huntail, he's a vintage card from Hidden Legends. Let's go grab him. Huntail. Let's see. Where's my Huntail at? Aha! Oh, he's only worth 25. I guess that means he can't be re-rolled. You can't re-roll this one because there's no value to take away from it. It goes at 25 at a time, right? So it would just click down to 0. I mean, I'd probably let you sell it back to me for 25 if you really didn't want it. How much? How the jumbo pack break going? How is the jumbo pack break going? It just started. Very cool thing. Here it is. So this just started the next round. He looks cool. I'll keep him. Sounds good, man. So what I did on purpose is I chose booster packs from sets that weren't in the last one because we know some big hits came out of there. So we're choosing. We got Obsidian Flames. We got Destined Rival. That's Charizard. That's Mewtwo. This will be like Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Mega Evolution is Mega Venusaur, and Ascended Heroes. That's a lot of stuff actually. Mewtwo, Pikachu, and Gengar. A lot of good stuff in Ascended Heroes, obviously. All right. Oh, man. There you go. So you did very good. Even over here, Mr. Hawk, the card's technically worth 75. So, Hawk, your original order was for $100. And what you ended up pulling was this was like 60, wasn't it? So 60 plus 80 is 140 plus 75, which is whatever that is, 215 or something. 215, basically double. Wow. Pretty nuts, actually. Thanks for the order, man. What's next? Hit refresh. Mister, you made a good move on Staff Lugia. Oh, how's that card doing? Staff Lugia? It wasn't just Staff Lugia, it was staff cards in general. I like the idea of the staff cards. Staff Lugia. Is he up? He's up a little bit. Yeah, he's up a little bit. Hold on, let's see. There's there's one for sale right now for 900, and then another one right after that, Canadian 900, and then it jumps to 1500. Let me check last sold. I mean, he is up moderately. We're gonna choose ended recently. He most recently ended for 1,000, 1,100, 1,900. Huh. Almost seems like the one that's listed for sale is underpriced then. Let me see. Let me look at it again. Is it underpriced? PSA 10. Hmm. This guy posted one underpriced. It doesn't even make sense. Da-da-da. So he last sold for 1,000 and also 1,100, but this guy posted his for 900. It's almost like he wanted to sell it very rapidly. And indeed he did. So I'll take that one. All right. So we just picked up another Staff Lugia since we were talking about it a little bit there. He's a cool card. Um, he's not moving like super dramatically. I just like the staff cards. Let me explain it. Haha, smart man. I like the staff cards. They remind me of the EX reverse hollow stamps. That's what they remind me of. Let me show you. Let's go to purchases. All right, so check this out. So this guy right here. So we just bought him. Here it is. So these guys remind me of the EX era, like for example, like the Delta Species Crystal Guardian cards. But you'll see he's got a stamp from Vivid Voltage, and then oh wait a second, he's a pre-release. Oh no, there it is. Oh there it is. Sometimes people do that. They post a pre-release like it's a staff card, but this is in fact a staff card. Good, and they just put it up here for some reason. On the other cards, it's like down here, so it's a little confusing there. Cool. Yeah, Lugia is cool, man. There's not enough good Lugias out there. And so I like that card a lot, but I was really just kind of getting into the staff cards recently. And I like that they can't be reprinted. Of course, Staff Lugia has been out a long time, so he's definitely not getting reprinted. But, it's going to turn out, you remind me of what I really am. Oh, man, what's the name of that song? Of what I really am. I hate that song, by the way. You remind me. Mister, do you think I sold my Rev Hollow Legend Maker Gengar at the top? Now the last sold is 15K. What did you get for him? Did you get like 20 or something? I don't remember. Last sold 15K now. I mean, you might have done well. It'd be funny if the guy in chat just sold you a Lugia. Oh, yeah, that would be funny, actually. I like the Staff Misty Gyarados. You still have the Terra Festival boxes. Yes, I still have Terra Festival. I think I was trying to remember. I think I was worried I didn't have enough of that product, but I think it turned out I did have some more cases of it. So I sold for 28K. Damn, dude, you did good if you sold for 28 and then the next one went for 15K. You did good. That's really nice. All right. So what do we got next? Let me go ahead and toss this. Click. You could also consider it the other way around. Like, I don't know if the other guy did like maybe he did auction. I always think auction's a big mistake for certain cards, especially for cards that people don't always look for. But like there can be these really expensive niche cards that people don't pay attention to. and somebody will just like put it into auction. It's just like, dude, you're so dumb, dude. Like the consigners don't warn you about that. Consigners don't tap you on the shoulder and be like, bro, you've got this card where it's like you've got a monopoly on the card. You don't need to put this in auction. Just throw it up there and buy it now. Somebody will buy it, right? The consigners never tell you that. They love auction. They want the card to sell fast. They don't want to tell you how to optimize for making a profit on your own cards. And so, I'm betting that the 15K one was sold in auction if I had to bet. It wouldn't surprise me anyways. My ears are so big that they look like monkey ears. I knew it. I knew it. All right, so let's see. So this is boop boop boop. Another Mr. Hawk order. He says bag sort pictures of slabs in my Discord channel question mark. You've got a Discord channel? Oh my god. Let's see. Oh my god, he does have a Discord channel. How old is it? It's a year old. It was formed on 10/25. So, Mr. Hawk, in order to take those pictures, did we already take your slabs down? We already took your slabs down from the other night. So if you had any previous slabs from like yesterday, they've already been taken down. I will have to go hunt them down for you. But here are the ones you just acquired. So let's take a picture of these. Dang, dude, I didn't know that. I didn't remember that. All right, so I'll just put that right there. And then we'll put these into the channel for you. Big ears mean big toes. Do they? It is so hard to remember these channels. All right. Taking a picture of that. There you go. Very nice. Now, should I repay it? Does it expire? No, it doesn't expire soon. It lasts for 1 year. Yeah, it lasts for 1 year. 1 full year before you have to consider buying a new one. So it's not very expensive, right? It's $20 a year. That's less than $2 a month. It's very useful for like a power buyer, somebody who actually gets a lot of cards over here. Now, the other part of this order was you wanted me to look at your baggie. Is that right? Okay, so let's take a quick look at your baggie. Ugh. Mr. Hawk, too many of these old maid cards at this point. You got a lot of hollows. Did you know you can donate those actually? All right, we got some ARs here. ARs are nice. I like this Tyranitar. Okay, lots of ARs. Another Tyranitar. Chunk of hollows. Now, those hollows aren't very nice. The Korean hollows, I treat them like junk. All right, cool. So there we go. We sorted some of your hits to the front there. These are EXs and stuff like that. Here's a couple more hollows too. Good. How do I buy? What's up, Mr. Pablo? You'll want to check out the website. Okay, we got a website. You can also check the description of the live stream. There's two different ways to pay. Just depends on what you like. So these are kind of cute. We got a Brock Scouting. Honestly, no one's going to grade this. You're not going to grade it. I already know you're not going to grade it. Same with this Asian. You're not going to grade that. All right, all right. And then you just got a ton of hollows after that. Here we go. So let me mention something, Mr. Hawk. We've got a trade slab where it's $5 to buy in. You can trade in this chunk of hollows right now, and it would convert immediately into a $5 spot in that trade break. So you can turn that chunk of hollows into a $5 spot in the trade break if you want. You guys can also give up hollows to get into the giveaway slab instantly. So both of those things are possible. Oops. Check description for menu and payment options or check website pinned in the chat. Here we are. All right. So if you ever want to do that with the trade slab, just let me know. It's been a popular way for people to lighten up their bags and basically convert their hollows into instant cash, instant value. Some people like that because, they get their cards back home. Could I just do the Korean hollows, not the English? I got a Journey Together binder. Oh, no problem, man. So I tell you what, you just hold on to those, okay? I don't really need the Korean ones myself either. What's this? Ah, that's the giveaway. Ah, so this would be the giveaway slab tonight. And where'd that trade slab go? Here's the trade slab. So you guys can always donate, or I'm sorry, I should say, trade me some of your junk cards to get into this trade slab for $5. It is ready to convert my hits? Maybe, actually. Hold on. Let's see if it's very busy tonight. Here's a Scott Bentz order. Mr. Scott's probably about to order shipping here. No, he's ordering a Japanese black bolt. It looks a lot like shipping. Tonight doesn't feel as busy as yesterday. It was like blowing up. Yesterday it was blowing up. It was real busy yesterday. Okay, let's see. Where are my scissors? Here they are. Okay. So we have a new thing, guys. You can have me consign some of your cards onto the table if you wish. And here we are. Tossing this back over here. That's for you, Mr. Scott. You got 2 hollows this time. Nothing real crazy. Scott, you'll be in the S80 box. Whew. So you just got a whole bunch of stuff, is what I remember. And we've already sorted through a bunch of it. That's why I remember. But we didn't turn that into a trade of any sort. What are you looking to get out of like a sorting or a trade or whatever, Mr. Brett? What are you looking to do with it? Sell it for cash, turn it into a slab, turn it into store credit? You've got cash. What? Brett, good to see you. How you been? All right. I'm gonna go grab some of Brett's stuff because we do have an empty queue right now. So Brett, this will be box number 1. See what we got going on over here, Mr. Brett. There we go. All right. So we got Brett Love. I think last time you traded some spots into the trade slab just for somebody else to win it, but you never really need to do that. I actually think you've got enough stuff to actually just trade directly for a slab. Okay, some of this, some of this, some of this, some of these, some of this stuff, some sports. You open some sports, huh? All right. Okay, so we got some sports. Oops. Now, I don't do anything with the sport cards. The only thing I do with the sport cards is I toss them into junk packs. That's the only thing I do with them. These cards should have some value. Like, look, there's a Charizard. He's probably gradable. A little Lapras. Okay, so you got a little Charizard. He's probably gradable. I don't really know what to do with this guy. All right, Suicune. These are just Pokeballs. These are actually pretty good. Pokeball, Pikachu. Nobody's going to grade Audino. Seismitoad. Probably needs to be checked for a 10. That's a Master Ball Shaman. That's nice. Atticus. That's a Master Ball Lopunny. That's kind of cool. And then you got like Max Rod, which is basically trash. I mean, it could go here in the train or the hollows pile. It's essentially trash. No one's ever going to do anything with that. Probably the same with this Atticus card too. You know how many of these are getting pulled? Like a gazillion of those are getting pulled every day. So that card has no value in my eyes. I know this from opening. Use the rest trash for the trade. What's the best for you in your channel? Use the rest trash for the trade. All right, let's see. So baggie number 2. This guy's kind of valuable. I wouldn't call him super valuable. He's just okay. We got that's some yellow border bulk. So yellow border bulk is from like XY era. It's not bad. It's not, I wouldn't call it really expensive either. That's pretty cool. You got some Star Wars stuff. I don't think it'll grade 10. I don't know if we've tested it yet, but we want to look into those, see if they can grade 10. Magneton Reverse Hollow Pikachu. Here's some more yellow border bulk. Again, I don't think much is going to happen with that. Here's some hollows going over here. Here's Kieran. I really don't think that's going to be worth anything unless he's like playable as a card in the hobby. Here's some yellow border. See, I don't think this Magikarp's even gonna. Nah, he's got some goofy ass corner down here. Here's Persian. Here's Gyarados. Look, you can tell he's thin on the left. Cobalion. Those are just some cards, to be honest. All right, so this is bulk. That's not worth anything. Mega Audino. I just don't think it's going to do anything, to be honest with you. Some cards you can just tell you're not going to do anything with them. That's maybe kind of decent. This is the Sonic bulk. That's Hello Kitty bulk. Victini is a yellow. I'll put him here. Like, look at this Regieleki. I really, in my mind, he's kind of pretty much just junk. Here's a cute little Charmander, but he is just hollows. Glass Trumpet. I treat that as junk. Junk. A little Vaporeon, Cyclops. These could be pretty expensive, actually. These X-Men. So that's cool. Set that there. Oh, this is a sealed pack of tops. That's kind of good. Ah, now that's a hit. That's a hit. This Wolverine's a hit as well. So those are hits. Good. And now we got these Star Wars. Pretty much any of these could be checked for grading. They probably should be checked real careful. Those are old Star Wars cards. And then we've got some Lord of the Rings. Surprisingly, these are all gradable. Topps Chrome Lord of the Rings. So here's what we got going on. We got some football stuff. I don't even want it. I don't know what I would do with it. This pile right here is probably the kind of stuff that's kind of gradable. This is like, it's a Pokemon, but is it gradable? Probably not. A lot of this is probably not that gradable, but it is Pokemon. And then this is sort of like the pile you would use to trade for a slab. You know what I'm saying? So you'd be like, hey, take some of that, give me a slab in exchange. Here's a Team Rockets Tyranitar. I'll put that in your hits pile. A Moltres, a Clan Pearl. That's a Crobat. Aerith, probably decent. Rest of those probably not so decent. Oh, Mega Kangaskhan, that's nice. Topps Chrome SpongeBob, Topps Chrome Star Wars. Thunderous has to be checked. Here's a little hollow here. It's just, who cares? Honestly, some of these, you know, I hyped them up a little bit, but I honestly don't think they're that important. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, blue bordered SpongeBob. That's good. Must recall a basketball stack, football stuff. No queue is short tonight, I think. Well, tell me when to watch the stream. Uh, Basically, I'll just shout your name out when it's your turn, okay? In fact, so we got Adam Moondorf coming up soon, so we got to wrap this up a little bit. So we got these two here, we got this here, we got a little Jelly Sun. I don't know. Are you gonna grade Jelly Sun? I wouldn't even grade them. But here are some ARs, the kind of cute tornadoes. Hatterene, I probably would consider grading if it could get a 10. I like the way this looks. It just looks nice. There's some old stuff. Turtwig's old stuff. Leafeon Thievel. Kyogre, maybe. Rayquaza, probably. So this is the kind of stuff where you want to test it before you get rid of it or before you, you know, just liquidate it. But some of this stuff you probably just get rid of. Okay. Steelix is nice. I like that. Ivysaur's nice. You guys in this pile, Mega Obama Snow. Lily's Determination is nice. Snover. Man, this is like junk for sure. This actually is kind of okay. Here's a Bulbasaur. That's actually pretty good. Stamp cards are good. That's stamped. This isn't stamped. That's just a Pokeball. That's just an Eevee. Atticus sucks. Houndour, Dunsparce, Glaceon, I guess, Umbreon, Master Ball, Dustmore. All right, so take a look at what we got going on now. So you got like a pile of hollows and just general junky cards here. This pile is also pretty junky. Just depends on what you want to do with it. You know, like you don't want to pay $3 to pre-grade this kind of pile right here. Now, this pile right here deserves more attention. This will be like your hit bags, okay? This is your stuff where you want to make sure that whatever is a 10 in here actually gets graded a 10. Obviously, also the sealed pack of Topps Naruto is kind of decent because it's a sealed pack of Naruto. Two piles on the right are yours for trade when done. Okay, so these two piles here, one of which is just like hollows, and the other pile of which is just sort of like, you know, again, it's like cards you would never really actually grade. And then I don't know what to do with your football cards. They might have some value, but I saw you had a football hit. So I'm going to write junk on this. And I don't really want them. Um, these need to say hits. So getting this. We need to get back to the queue now, though. Pokemon goes up to $18. Now, the only question I have for you is what do we actually trade this for? So in my eyes, this stuff is kind of like, you know, it's just kind of like junk. Back in the day, people would just donate this to me. I didn't actually pay for it back in the day. Now I'm just offering to sort of pay for it because I'm trying to get people to give up their stuff faster. So let me also do a check mark on this. So we're going to have a check mark if the box is done. Okay, so we got one box of yours done. All right, so I don't know what you value this at. That's the part where you got to negotiate the trade. I don't really know what you want for it. We are. I mean, actually, I feel like I just spent a lot of time doing a kind of a bag sort here. So there's all this stuff here, and it's just I can't tell you that I'm not. Wait, how did this Pikachu get in here? He doesn't deserve to be in here. That Pikachu shouldn't be in there. Hold on. No, he's junk. He's not got a grade 10 anyways. All right, now he deserves to be in there. Since these are all in a sleeve, let me put them in this pile just so that the sleeve ones sit together and the unsleeved ones don't. Just put me in a trade spot for those 2 packs. Put me in a trade spot. So you want $5 trade spots like in the Gyarados. Is that what you're interested in doing? If you're doing that, I would probably split it like this. So I'll probably do it like that, 2 trade spots. All right. So that's a $10 purchase of the junk. I need to purchase, but my mailing address is different from my billing address. Is it? All right. There we go. What you can do when it's time to ship, you can really strongly get my attention. I'll call this trade. Really strongly get my attention and say, hey, don't ship it to my address on file. I'm going to email you the address that it needs to go to. So we can do that if you need to, all right? Pokemon's as volatile as crypto. Yeah, probably. I think so, because Pokemon's just sort of like playing cards ultimately. Where can I put this? Let's put this over here. And then Brett, I'm gonna have to put this up here and start taking care of the person in line real fast. So what do we got? We got Mr. Adam, just the one order, 3 Chinese, 151 surprise. Also, we need to put him in that Gyarados now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Go. So you just turn those into $10. Now, the real question is, Brett, what do you want to do with some of those bigger cards? What are we doing with those? Something very interesting is that the Mewtwo V in the Pokemon Go is barely higher than the Seekers. Thus, that possibly undervalued. Oops. You've got spots 4 and 5. So 3 spots remain on the trade Gyarados. With this 151 surprise, I ordered a new case of this product because we're just about to wrap up the next case. This is one of the fastest selling products on the menu. I think it is the #1 Pokemon booster pack for us. If you guys are wondering what I'm selling the most of, it's this. 151 surprise. People want that Pikachu Gengar, which now sells for like 3.5 thousand. Surprised they don't have another sticker card. Where'd my baggie go for these? Didn't I just have a baggie for these? Oh, here it is. All right. Tossing this here. Okay. Yeah, you got a lot of cards to go through in the bag. Just the hit bags were 2 full bags. And like, if you could determine which ones to prepare for grading versus which ones to liquidate ungraded, that would be good. But see, that might be something to do at home. I could take a very long time to do here in stream even. 3 hollows, Mr. Adam. Adam. Mr. Adam with an A? You got it, Adam. Nothing crazy popping out of there. It was just 3 packs. You got 4 packs. Yes, 4 packs. Oh, this gem 3, this is 151 surprise. There we go. Thank you so much, man. Look at those likes, man. We're at 26. You guys are too generous. Okay. Looks like we did get a website order. Let's take a quick look at the website order. So I see Mr. Bill has placed an order. That must be you, Bill. Mail to blah, 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 blah. Oh, so he's trying to do shipping right away. So you're still learning how our system works. Excuse me. So in order to ship the cards, you actually have to purchase a round of shipping. That's how it officially works. And shipping is $9. There's 2 ways to do that. You can purchase a round of shipping, or you can go to something called custom payment and purchase $9 and just say, hey, go ahead and ship this out. So that's how paying for shipping works. The other thing is, you don't actually have to ship tonight. A lot of people keep their cards over here for a long time. So you can keep your stuff over here and keep adding to it before you ship for $9. See what I'm saying? So there's a benefit to combine shipping if you decide to do that. Most people who purchase here do that because they've learned that that's a good way to save money on shipping. So it's kind of like you know, you might work on your bag, you might show up a couple days and then maybe like 2 paychecks even. And then when you feel like you got enough worth shipping, that's when you send in for the round of shipping. So that's what a lot of people do. There we go. So we got 2 Ascended Heroes. Very nice. This is a first time order for him. He's got to get a free card. Throw that away. Okay. All right. So I got your free card right here. You're going to get this promo. You're going to get a Destined Arrivals and a Phantasmal Flames. All right. Fantastic. Aha. So there we go. This is Mr. Bill Lee's first order, everybody. Thank you so much, Bill. Really appreciate it, man. How'd you find out about us, Bill? When's the first time you learned about us? Have you been around for a while or did you just join recently? Snipping this. Always curious how we run into new people. There we go. Good luck, Bill. Yes, good luck. Bill's first time. What do we got for Bill? He's got Hunch Crow, Nimble. That was the Phantasmal. Okay. Here's the Destined Rivals. Blipbug, Hypno, Typhlosion. The Typhlosion's pretty cool. All right. And now, here's Mega Gardevoir. That's Ascended Heroes pack number 1. And Ascended Heroes pack number 2. Kilowatt Trail. All right, there you have it, Mr. Bill. He says, okay, sounds good. So, Mr. Bill, we got all your stuff now. You've got this Ghastly here. This is your first time order free card. Lovely. He's actually probably one of the better pulls you just got out of this round. We're going to create a new bag for you, and we'll be storing your stuff in the B box. Now, you don't have to ship until you want to. You're allowed to store your stuff over here for 1 year. That's a pretty long time. So there's no rush. You get to store your stuff for 1 year. Hold them for me. Want to do more later anyways. Perfect. Yes. And then when you do want to ship, which could be a week later, a month later, doesn't matter. When you do want to ship, that's when you'll share that address with me. Okay, sound good? So there it is, Bill Lee going in the B boxes. That's how it works. You did it. Now, where's that giveaway? I'm putting you in here as well, okay? You're going in the giveaway automatically. Bill Lee. There it goes. All right, Mr. Bill. So we're up to 8 over here. Very good. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I haven't had a ZELLE order in a while, huh? Let's get these slabs rotated. We got the Magneton. We got Gengar. We got Gengar. Here's Zatu. And here's Sonic the Hedgehog for 20 bucks. So Louis was thinking about buying this one. And then this one's for sale by Mr. TRG. So TRG's selling that one. It's the Gengar Mimikyu card still selling. Well, he's completed as a break. And then the guy who pulled it, now he's trying to sell it through me as a consignment card. Meaning he won the break and now he wants to turn it into cash. Pretty crazy, right? Let's get this Magneton. He's going up into the Poke Shuffles. Magneton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I saw you showing the heat on the channel. Oh, that's cool, man. You are. Mike's side tends to repost it anytime I'm showing off cool cards. Magneton. B 9.5. Havish says hello. Hey, what's up, Havish? We have Havish Campbell. How's it going, man? Toss this up here. You guys hearing the music now? Is the music working? I fixed the microphone. I'm pretty sure I fixed it. We have a new order from hit refresh. You got to know when to hold them. Here's Mr. Hawk. He says 3 junk packs. So these are the junk packs. They cost $3 each. What are they made out of? They're made out of junk, just like the title implies. We got 1 junk pack, 2 junk packs, and 3 junk packs. I guess that's a empty pack. Put that back in. Oh yes. I don't really make money on these. It's just fun assembling them, I guess. It's like one of those things you get to do. I still don't hear anything. Really? Are you ready? So we got Sistermon, Morphomon, Hollow Energies, Hollow Energies, Patty Mill, Kira Lewis. You're the one, Chizuru. Mommy Nanami, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Star Wars Tops, Disney, Miss Bianca. Oh my. You guys watch that? The Rescuers? That was back when Disney made good movies. No music, so the music cannot be heard. Very interesting. So I would say I reset the YouTube app. I would say it's just YouTube deciding through the app to do music isolation. It doesn't want to play the music. Ooh. Okay, here's Android. Here's a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of One Piece, and oops, 2 Weiss cards. There you go. So this is what a junk pack really looks like. It's just weird freaking stuff. Junk packs tend to hold about 15 cards. Hey, what's up, Mr. C3LT76? Kelt 76. Here's this guy, this guy, this guy. Some more D's. Hey, those are some actual Japanese EXs. That's not bad. All right. I remember making that one. I said, let's put some actual Pokemons in here. All right. You got it, Mr. Hawk. That's what a junk pack looks like. He got all that for $9. You can call me Kelp. What? I'm going to call you Kelp. Really weird cards in there. Just cards that I eventually have. There's nothing I can do about it. I just end up with those cards. Like, where's some abandoned bags? Let me show you an abandoned bag, everybody. Show you an abandoned bag. So this is a whole box of abandoned bags. Hard to believe that people do that, but they do. Look at this. Chong Shong, he created his bag in 324. That was over 2 years ago. So this is officially abandoned. When I open it, there's like a cloud, there's this, and then there's like, I don't know. What do I do with all this? I don't think it should sell on the table. Like, look at these. What do I do with these? I guess I'm going to give them away. I guess I'm going to turn them into junk packs or something. So this is where we get the junk packs from. The junk packs are coming from these abandoned bags with very little in them. What's your least favorite food? Oh, that's a great question. I love food. I'm a big foodie. I love variety. I like most food, but there are foods sometimes that make me go, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't like food that's extreme for the sake of being extreme, right? Like, I watched that best food review guy, and he was in a Southern Asia like island or something, and he was eating goat poop. And I was like, nah, that's not food. What are you talking about, bro? So that wasn't terribly enticing looking. But I like most regular foods. I'll say some foods I'm a critic of, maybe. Like here's one: eggplant. Eggplant. You guys ever eat eggplant? People are, oh, you gotta eat the eggplant. The eggplant is so good. But turns out the reason the eggplant is good is because it's been fried and then covered in cheese. So I've never really eaten. When I was a kid, we ate a lot of LMAO. That's food waste. I know. When we were kids, we would eat eggplant on occasion, and my mom didn't fry it, and she didn't cover it in seasonings, and she didn't cover it in cheese. It was just like baked eggplant or boiled eggplant. And guess what? Eggplant's really gross when you can actually taste the eggplant. It has the consistency of like sort of like a booger or like oatmeal or banana. It's got terrible consistency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, I've also had a vegetarian, eggplant parm before where it was very yummy. And that was made primarily out of eggplant. But I know the way they made that taste good was all these techniques that make you not taste the eggplant. That's the trick. They go, yeah, there's eggplant in there, right underneath the 1-inch block of cheese. It's like, well, am I even eating eggplant at this point? Breaded eggplant in the oven. Yeah, exactly. It's like breaded eggplant covered with a big slice of cheese. Hey, this is tasting great. Eggplant, I love it. Try just eating the eggplant. It will change your mind. Okra is probably another one. That's kind of a down south kind of food. Okra. Got some okra, got some hush puppies. Um, it's just kind of slimy and furry. If that's your thing, that's your thing, you know? So much hate here for eggplant and squash. Squash isn't too bad. It's kind of like pumpkin. Eggplant's definitely worse than squash. But yeah, I'm not impressed by it. All right, the queue is empty. If you guys want to open some, cards, send it in order. I'm gonna sort through another Brett bag for Mr. Brett now. Collard greens. Oh yeah, collard greens is basically like eating rubber. I would know this. My family, like, since I was from a family of 11 children, we converted our whole. I'm not exaggerating here. We converted basically 50% of our entire basement. Did I say basement? Yard got converted into a garden. 50% of our entire backyard. That's one of the ways we afforded so many children. And one of the things my mom loved to cook and grow was collard greens. It's like a broccoli plant without the broccoli, and you just eat the leaves. And the leaves are, it's like kale. The leaves are like rubber, they're bitter. And my mom would shred them up and put them in everything. She would put them in like macaroni. It would ruin the macaroni. Butter squash is nice. All right, so here we go. You ready? Are you watching? So we got some Halo cards that are not going to do anything. These are basically like junk. Some yellow border commons. I don't think they're that important. Tossing this. We've got some Vaporeon, some Iron Thorns, Shaman, Bronzor. This is solid. Eevee. Urukai, Wizard Rocket, Herodrim, Slip on the Ring. This is pretty cool. So these will go here. Some non-hollows. Frodo Baggins. Minas Tirith. So the dividing line is hollow versus non-hollow if we want to talk about grading. Brett Love. So when are you moving to Cali or Vegas? That's it. I'm moving to California Love. Here's Superior and Conkeldurr. Zekrom, Kyurem, Carmine, Sneasel, Airy, Friends of Paldea, Execute, Dragonbolt. All right, all right. Okay, these are solid. These are solid. We like these. This is good. This is good. This is good. I don't think that's very good, but we'll keep it over here. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to feel about these V's and V Maxes. They're just V's and V Maxes. But I like this Rayquazas. Those are pretty good. Here's some more of those yellow border cards. This one's not even well centered. But Chikorita's kind of cool. Clefable, Slurpuff, Machop, Pikachu, Pokemon Center, Wobbuffet, Pinsir, Wally. So it looks like you opened up. Oh, yes. Look what we're running into here. Look. Zapdos, Sylveon, Flareon, Charizard. Now that's some money right there, Mr. Brett. There's value in here. Whether these grade 10 or 9 or 8 or 7, those have some value. And then these are going to be the non-hollows. So there you go. So this is very similar to the this isn't the holographic card pile. This is the just like stuff where it's like you may not want to deal with it. But this is the real meat and potatoes right here. Look at this. Wow. That's good. You got some serious cards here. They really ought to be graded. All right, in order to extract maximum value. That's what happened. Is Brett still watching? I think he's still watching. That Zapdos is sick. Yeah, it is. And by sick, we mean healthy. Okay. Lapras. Is this guy even that good? I use Radiant Charger Bug. He's got a weird corner on the end. Yeah, look, he's got like a weird edge up there. I don't know. I'll put him here for now. Who cares? Okay, Cricketune, Cynthia's Ambition, Elisa's Spark. Look, they're remaking the yellow colored dress girl over and over in this game. So it feels like Kyogre, Rayquaza, Kyogre. The water crystal, I guess. I don't know. Here's Cecil Harvey, Clive, Reaper Scythe, Aerith, Gainsborough. I don't know. Clive, the packet of these. Here's some SRs. This guy. Some more. Oh, there's Goldie Roger. See, wait a second. These SRs aren't really hits. Come on, man. They don't deserve to be in that pile. All right. There we go. Now, this is a hit. This is a hit. We'll treat that as a hit anyways. Here's Lim. All right. You got these 25th anniversary hollows. So these are pretty hard to grade 10, but they're like worth checking, basically. So you got a nice chunk of these. When they do grade 10, it's nice. All right. So again, a big secondary pile there. Another $5 for the pile on the right for trade. I think you could do a little better than $5 for this pile right now. So we'll talk about it. I'm just going to get these first. So I think you can do a little better than 5 for this particular pile. It's got those 25th anniversary cards. Let's see, Kyogre Rayquaza, Dark Confidant, I guess. Vanadil, Kuja, Fang Fearless Lasai. Here's a Veltal, Serena, Giratina, Flareon. Ah, there we go. The Charizard pack. You got a pack of Charizards. It's a big deal. Ooh, baby, there we go. We got some hits here, guys. Pikachu and Charizard. Now, these got to be graded. You can almost just grade them no matter what they're going to grade. You don't even need to pre-grade them. They're just worth grading. Groudon. You know, one strategy could be you could take this pile and use it to get me to grade something out of this pile. Have you thought of that? Oh yeah, there we go. Umbreon, Charizard. You got some stuff in here, man. Oops. Here's Claydol. We got Donphin, Zacian, Professor Research. Professor Research. All right, there we go. So you could almost take this pile on the right and ask me to take this home with me and try to grade something, you know, on the left in exchange. Although it depends. Would you want PSA or would you want tag? Also, I guess you'd have to pick something out of this pile to grade. A lot of stuff in here. Hard to choose one thing, really. What do you like better, by the way, Brett? PSA or tag grading? Now you get this one more bag. Take that home and make a grade for me. There you go. So, but let me finish this real fast. So, Ogerpon, Terrapagos. I don't even think people grade the Ogerpon. Now, these are just standard Pokeballs. See, I don't think people are grading those too heavily. Woo, 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 woo. We got Lugia Hollow. Lugia's decent. Rillaboom, Junk, Mew, Ariados. I'll stick that in the hollow pile. Here's Mew, Garbodor, Hoopa. He's an SR, but just no one's going to grade that. Here's Jirachi, Drapion. It's pretty. Think this sells for anything in a 10, guys? He's off center anyways. I can see it anyways. Let's see. Radiant Halucha. Here's, double Charizards here. These are junk. Those are junk. Those could go in the holographic pile. This is an energy card. Here's an Eevee in English. I know that was expensive to obtain. Hippo, Screamtail, Leafeon's actually a little bit better. Here's Noivern, and here's a Master Ball Duskull. All right, so there we have it. So this whole junk pile, I don't know what it's worth. I know that the 25th celebration cards in it are probably worth a decent amount, especially if even one of them has the potential for 10. They are, but most of the time they do not have that potential. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a PSA grade or a tag grade? I just saw the clip of someone pulling a Charizard from one pack, question mark? Yeah, that happened yesterday. Did you watch the whole clip? If you watch the whole clip, she pulls 3 SARs out of 4 boosters. It's the most bizarre thing. She only spent 40 bucks and she got this big pile of booster packs out of this product we sell called the junk pack. So this is not the junk, the jumbo break. Sorry, this is the jumbo break right here. $40, 1 in 4 odds, right? So she buys in for 40. She wins. She gets the whole pile, and the pile happened to have 3 alt-arts in it, 3 SARs. You pick. Make the transaction worth it for both of us. Okay. So, well, tag is cheaper by like $15. That's kind of a decent amount. PSA is more expensive. If I were you, if I was trying to grade something in here, I'd be looking to maximize the value as much as I could. That could be this Charizard Pikachu. That's 2 grades, actually. It's not 1 grade, it's 2 grades. I'd be looking to grade these guys as well in the event that one of them could grade 10. So I'd be looking at this pile right here. Now, obviously, you got a lot with me here. You've got multiple Charizards in this pile. You just have a ton, dude. Okay. And I mean, I would probably do 1 tag grade for all this. If you wanted to do $15 more, maybe you could give me like a card from this pile on this side something that you don't care for. Like, I guess there's some cards in here that aren't really amazing. Yeah, there's some junky cards in here. They're still technically hits, but they're, man, we got to put this guy in a top loader or something. He deserves to be in a top loader. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, some of these deserve a top loader, I feel. Let's see. They probably didn't deserve a top loader at the time, but they deserve one now. Let's see. At the time you opened them, they're probably half the price they are now. They cost more now. Yeah, there we go. A lot of stuff over here. Little Eevee, huh? Gold cards. Do you have any Warhammer 40K cards from Magic the Gathering or any other company? Do you have any Warhammer 40K cards from Magic the Gathering? No, no, I do not. That Umbreon in a 10 went up a lot. That's what I'm saying, man. So take a hit from the pile on the left for you and pick a card for PSA. All right, so I don't want to take your hits. I'm not looking to take your hits, but I do want to have the ability to maybe recuperate some of my costs of grading. So like this guy instantly graded him. He's got a bad corner, so he's no good. Let's try. This is just a Pokeball. He's not going to do anything. This guy most definitely can't grade 10 because I didn't think I saw a single one of your EVs that could grade 10. Here's a Jirachi. How's he looking? All right, Jirachi's solid. All right, Jirachi's coming over here with me. Oh, he's off center, actually. There it is. On the front, left to right. See, that just sucks, man. It's just so impossible to get a decent card, actually. Man, that is so it's so crappy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know this Lugia probably wouldn't grade. No. We're trying to offer some help here for Mr. Brett to get him a nice little grade, and we just need to find something that can work. This guy's pretty borderline. He's got problem in the upper right-hand corner, but it's pretty thin. Here's a Glaceon. Here we are. If not, tag will be okay. Let me have a take a look at this Glaceon. You ready? He's a little bit of a gamble. Yeah, he's got an imperfect quarter on the upper right hand. So I tell you what, I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna steal this Glaceon, and then what I'd like to do for you is send off your 2 metal cards because I think they're really worth grading. Actually, let's have a look at your metal cards. No, your Charizard has no shot at a 10. Neither does your Pikachu. So wait a second. Let me look at some of these other ones too. Okay, since you have a couple worth looking at. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. Send in an order, guys. Send in an order. All right, your XY cards, very unsurprisingly, do not have a good shot at a 10 either. That's just kind of how it goes. How about these two guys? These guys might have a shot. Thin on the bottom. Cleaner, though. Definitely cleaner. This guy might have a low shot. Charizard thin on the right. Ooh, yeah, it's real thin on the right. So I would predict a 9 on the Umbreon and Charizard. Why, it's tough to get 10s, dude. Did y'all know Jirachi sleeps all year and only wakes for 1 day or something like that? I didn't know that. You got all these Charizards. How do these look? Any of these look exciting? No way to know without opening them. I'd probably open this one. This one's centered a little better than the other two. So this one could be open in the front. Take one them Charizards the sleeve and grade them. Do you post to UK? Yes, sir, I do. Yes, we send a lot to the UK. This Charizard's not anticipated to grade 10 either way. I would grade probably the Sylveon right here, but he's got a wide edge. All right, we got an order in. Put one of those sealed Charizards as a donation. Oh, no, no, no. We don't. You're like just wanted to give your cards away. What? We got to grade them. We got to grade your Charizards. We got to get some maximum value out of them. You got a lot of cards you can give away, right? That's so you got a lot of cards you can give all day long. Look, you got Ogre Palm Mask. You give away Surfing Pikachu. Yeah, we can give away cards all day long, but you got to get some value out of some of these. Like you got multiples of these Rayquazas. Why don't you give away one of these nice Rayquaza hollows? Because you got a bunch of those here, right here, like that. See, we can do one of that. Actually, you can do the whole packet if you want. Kyogres and Rayquazas. The Charizards, though, we gotta give those a test, man. We gotta see if we can get you some money on the Charizards. I want to see you make some money on them because I know heavens knows you spent some money on them. How about that? We give away some of these promos if you'd like. Set over there. I can do whatever you want ultimately, by the way. So whatever you tell me, I'll do it for you. I'm just trying to maximize your value here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send out. I know this won't hit. This won't hit. It's not bad though. That definitely won't hit, and that's not gonna hit. We know the Pikachu and the Charizard's not gonna hit, and we think these are gonna probably grade 9. All your prospects are pretty tough. The Umbreon's gonna go. I think the Umbreon's one of the closest chances for a 10. I'm not clued up as I'm fresh off the block. I want to give away what card was it, please? It be my first Pokemon card ever. I don't remember. You have to go back into the stream and see see what card it was and how it ended. It's been moved off to the shipping area already, and it's not going to automatically ship out. When you win a giveaway, you have to pay a little fee to ship it out. Now, if you're in the UK, you might not want to ship it out right away. It's probably going to cost $20 USD to ship out a single card. So this one's definitely going. Okay, we're doing this one. This one's going to say Brett Love. P. There you go, Brett. You could have sold Gold Star Gary and bought 2 copies and have $50,000 left over. You're talking about for the one guy who made that big offer to me? Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm not gonna focus on what I could have done, what could have been. I could have not sold my Shining Magikarp too and been very happy not doing that. So you can't spend a lot of time regretting your moves. If you do, you're gonna just find yourself annoyed. I'm recommending we test this Charizard. So, Mr. Brett, I'm recommending this gets opened. That being said, if we open it, it's not necessarily going to be capable of grading 10, but I'm recommending that one gets tested. Look at Crystal Zard. Yeah, Crystal Zard's good, man. And Gold Star Charizard 200K. Did he sell for 200K? All right, so let's take a look at this Charizard. Send one of. So just so you know, we're going to open it, and they might all be 9s. Okay, it's very possible. Happens all the time. I would know it happens a lot because we've opened a lot of these, and they traditionally never grade 10. Surprisingly, even though somebody out there got some 10s, they almost seem to mock us. All right, here we go. So you ready? And he's got white dot right up there. So he has a white dot. Does his Sylveon or Flareon have a chance at 10? No, none of it does. He's getting some free pre-grades right now. Just trying to get him some value here. So your Umbreon Gold Star is going. I can already tell this guy's 2 off center on the right side. So as I said, none of these actually have a chance for a 10. That sucks, dude. So I would say if you have room for one more PSA grade, because that's what I'm agreeing to. I'm agreeing to 2 PSA grades for you, which would be $90. What I recommend is we keep going and see if we can find one more thing for you to actually send out. Now you have a big fat pile here. I think you had a big fat pile up in your other box. So maybe we take a quick look at that, see where that leads us. So you're getting $90 of grading. The Gold Star Umbreon. He's potentially a 10, but he's kind of borderline. He has a slide top to bottom off centering. However, he's pretty good otherwise. Many of these other cards will just fail to grade 10. But these are some pretty solid cards. Look at that. Do you see that? Look at that. Pretty nice, huh? If you wish, I can donate these to the audience. You mentioned you wanted to do some donations. Let me grab these. Tag is looking like a much better deal now. Well, Tag's always been a decent deal. Oh, we're out of baggies. Oh, my God. Give me a second, guys. I got to get some baggies. Be right back. All right. Here we are. Go ahead and donate those. All right. So those would be the Brett Love donations. Here they are, the dime bags, everybody. Cashier looks at me when I buy 100 of those at a time. They're like, what are you doing with those? Okay. Donate. Me. Dad has 2 separate Bay Mamas. Pretty cool stream. You have some good bags. And that was just 1 box, too. He got a couple boxes to go through. BL for Brett Love. Going through your stuff always reminds me how hard it is to actually get 10s. It's like, you know, it's not easy. Let's grab it. Hit back up here. All right. So let's take another look at this real fast. We're just looking at top value. Lots of stuff, but we're looking like for some serious stuff. A little off center. Mega Kangaskhan. Take a look at that in a second. Okay. Yeah, like these are gradable, but they're not insane. 1 kid survived out of the 8 by jumping a fence. Oh yeah, the dad who shot all his kids today, huh? Whew. You know, I complain about my parents sometimes, but they didn't kill me. So, you know, it could always be worse, however bad it was. It's pretty dark. Pincer. We might have already gone through some of your stuff in the past, I bet. Superior Conkeldurr. We gotta wrap it up, man. This is taking a long time. So it's obvious now, Mr. Brett, that bag sorts actually take a significant amount of time. They are? Okay, this is looking promising. What we got in the bag? Oh, this is what we just dealt with. Okay, so this is the bag we already dealt with. What am I doing? We grabbed from the lower box. We needed to grab from the upper box. I'm such a doofus. Here it is, the upper box. All right, some Halo. Ooh, that's serious stuff. The Wolverine. I don't know about the Wolverine. It makes me nervous. Low punny Master Ball. That'd be funny. Lucario's not bad. Sticker Charizard. Now get these stickers to the front. So you know, by putting them in the front, you know to anticipate them. Go to your queue. We can work on it later. It must be one heck of a backstory. I sneeze. Where's my sneeze cloth? Hey, mister, did you hear that Louisiana story? Yes, that was pretty wicked. Pretty evil. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Cynthia's Ambition. Mega Kangaskhan. So out of these right here, the Cynthia's Ambition stands out. Okay, let's get it sleeved up. I'm sending Cynthia's Ambition and Gold Star Umbreon. How's Cynthia's Ambition doing though? You know, it used to be an expensive card. Is this actually expensive? We'll make sure that it's actually expensive. Cynthia's Ambition. All right, this card is it 100? Oh, that's Chinese. This one doesn't count as the Chinese version. Okay. We want the English version. Oh my god, the computer's so freaking slow, dude. It's about $100 card. Dang, dude. I feel like we could do better than the Cynthia's Ambition. Um, we could definitely do better. So, Brett, let's just say I owe you a grade right now, and we need to look at your other bags. You're owed 1 grade. Cynthia's Ambition looked like it had a potential for grading 10, okay? So it is worth grading. But if we're going to have a donation, or not a donation, but rather you purchasing a big round for a grade, we got to get you something good in there. So we'll look at the other ones too, okay? So I'm going to put a check mark on this box. That tells me we've done it already. All right, good. Now we got some Brett Love giveaway stuff here. Way better. Yeah, let's look later. Don't want to take the stream over. We are. I could just rush it and just like send a card like the Metal Charizard, which would probably be worth like maybe $100 to $200, even if it grades like 8. So he might be like kind of expensive, even if he grades 8. And then the Cynthia's Ambition was looking kind of like a 10, but when you look her up, it's only about $100 card. So it's a good card to grade. It's just, you know, we want to get something good out for you. I'll set these here for the moment. Let me set those there. All right, let me rotate this. We do already have a giveaway to finish off. And then we can activate a Mr. Brett Love giveaway. Here's a Dodrio. Here's this guy. And here's this guy. Cool. That's a pristine Psyduck. That's why he's so pricey. All right, back to the queue. We got an order from Mr. Raphael. He says, 2 of the Magic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1 spot in the Jumbo Pack break. All right, I have a feeling the Jumbo Pack break is not about to go down in popularity anymore at all. After, well, it was always really popular. And now it's got this history of having pulled the Mega Charizard and 2 other things. So that's pretty exciting. 2 Magic the Gathering Ninja Turtles. This product's selling pretty well. Best-selling Magic product right now. I appreciate the work and help. Much appreciated. Yeah, I did something like this for Mr. LaFlame back in the day. He just had a ton of stuff. He really did. And the hard part is I usually don't have a lot of free time in the stream to, to do what we're doing. What we're doing actually adds an enormous amount of value. It's all about actually whittling. It's like refining your bag. That's what it should be understood as. It's basically the refining process where you take the cards and you start to understand what should and shouldn't be graded, uneasy alliance, and but also checking to see if it can actually grade 10. All that's like pretty valuable. And it takes literally hours to get it done. It can take like 30, 40 minutes. Like I bet that round there took us like 20 minutes to do, 20 or 25. Here's K Rise technique, Donatello's technique. And the truth is, I don't really get paid to do it very much. Like there might be a little, nice little thing here and there, but compare that to maybe just working on the stream or something. So that's why you find that it's hard to get that done. It's usually better for me to send the bag home to you guys and let you guys do it. We are. All right, we got Jenica, but you got so much stuff and you went so deep. It's like I want to help. Cool but rude. So I'm very curious, like what kind of value can we get for you? Undercity Sewers and Leatherhead. All right, I will say this one didn't feel too hot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get you some of your value back on those. It would have been crazy if the metal cards could have graded 10, but I took one look on the back and I said, oh yeah, I remember these. These are gonna grade probably like 8. But again, like 8 for those 2 cards is still pretty good. Like if they both graded 8, I think it goes for like 400-ish for both of them together, right? If they're both PSA 8. And then if you get a lucky PSA 9, now you're talking big money, especially on the Charizard. Here's Mind Transfer Protocol. Here's Punk Frogs, Raphael, Tough Turtle, Metalhead, Turtle Blimp, Casey Jones, Jury Rig Justicar. What? Jury Rig? Okay. Marauding Mutagen, Forest. I love the broccoli. Bebop and Rocksteady, Mole Module, Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, Rafts Jite. Is that the name of his weapon? And then here's Krung Mastermind. Whoa. I want to save you on shipping. Yeah, that's true. Man, I'm so tired. Just woke back up and remembered I have F court today. F court. Is that like where you all have sex with each other? F court. Oh, food court. He means food court. All right, let's see. Meow, 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 meow. Metal Zard and 8 last sold for $300. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So if you wanted, we probably could just grade the Metal Zard. He's probably worth it. It all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Are you trying to find something to flip? Are you trying to find something to, like, are you trying to liquidate for cash? That kind of stuff. We are. Speaking of liquidating for cash, I was thinking about how to get you guys more value. And I was thinking there should be a break on the table always. where it's just a card that we're breaking and it's a raw card and it's going to grade when it's done. So that's part of the price. Raphael, you've got to open up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards because you got the same name as the best turtle. Raphael, tough turtle. All right, cool, man. This set is way too cool. Oh, the Casey Jones card needs a sleeve. Here we go. Casey Jones Jury Rig Justicar. Is it Justiciar? There we go. Artworks look great on them. I'm getting the 80s nostalgia. Yeah, like this card here, huh? Or this card here. Really cool. They did a great job with this. All right, Mr. Raphael. Somebody was complaining, by the way, somebody was complaining about how the new Magic cards focus on all these other brands. And I'm like, that's been one of their smartest moves. I've never had this much demand for Magic cards before. Here's Marius Larson, one spot in the jumbo pack break. Here you go, Mr. Marius. Oops. Did you ever play any of the Crisis games? Crisis. It doesn't sound familiar. What are you talking about? Time Crisis? Like at the arcades? For an unpaid credit card from when I was in my early 20s. Oh, snap. You have an unpaid credit card and the credit card company took you to court. Is that right? Damn, dude. That's nuts. Listen, you're going to go to court. You're going to pay us. Here's Sandslash. How much is it to get into the jumbo pack? $40. $40. You get a 1 in 4 odds to pull the whole thing. And then if you miss, you don't pull anything. You pull a common card. So it's pretty rough. Mister, do you know if there's a Houndoom poker card? I believe there is. I believe there is. It's in silver and gold. All right, let's see what we got. We have the website next. Let's hit on the let's get the website. So for the website, we have an order from it's Miss Jennifer. Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Yep. Combined with my existing items. Japanese one-piece EB3, 20 of them. All right, so I believe a box is 24 packs, is it not? I believe it is 24. Yes. So we grab this. Didn't want to file bankruptcy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, let me go get some more EB3. I'll be right back. Do I already have some in here? That'd be nice. No. No, I don't. Oh, yeah. Here we are. Oof. All right. So I think we counted up to like 12 or something. Good. Crisis 1 to 3, Crossbow Wielder, Rainforest. No, I never played any of those. Yeah, 12. 8. Man, Mister, I have 6 boxes of slabs from you. My wife is like, what do we do with these? I recommend getting them listed one at a time on eBay. And once they're on eBay, so list them for cheapest buy it now. If there's one on eBay for $101, list yours for 100, okay? And then when they sell, you have to be able to ship them too. So you need a little bit of tape, little cardboard boxes, and that's what I do. I do cardboard boxes. For packing, you can just use like newspaper. So newspaper will work for packing. Okay, so you can stuff a little newspaper in there. The boxes will cost you about $1 each. There we are. All right. Once they're all listed, you actually start making money on some of those. There we are. And they won't all sell right away. So you have to be patient with some. But yeah, I mean, you can liquidate them for cash. eBay will take 13%. Then you also lose a little bit of that money to shipping too. Hope everyone's doing well. Hey, what's up, Miss Jen? Will they only go up? Oh, you're asking if I think that the Pokemon cards will go up? Well, obviously, I think Pokemon's going to go up because I'm very bullish on Pokemon cards, and I always kind of was. And because of that, I held a lot of them and they went up in value. If you find that it's more prudent in your situation to get them listed, I would list them sooner, not later. Sometimes there's like, it's like deciding whether to sell stocks. Like, do I think stocks are going to go up? Yeah, I think they will. I think humans will keep earning money, and I think that humans will keep working and being productive. And so I think stocks will go up no matter what. But if you have a scenario where you really want cash for your scenario, when it comes to Pokemon cards are not like selling stock. Stock you can liquidate instantly. Pokemon cards take time. So I recommend if you're deciding you want to cash them out, list them earlier, not later. We are. So it's just all about what you deem necessary. If you think you should get some cash together, or if you want to, if you're not really in a position where you care about needing cash, and then you just sit on them. But what we know about the Pokemon market right now is that it's very hot, and so you're not going to have too much trouble selling them. That could change in a couple months or a year. You never know. But like in a year, it could change. And so if you need cash down the road, it could be much harder to sell them. But yeah, it's not an ideal situation to buy them and then turn around and sell them right away. That's actually an unideal scenario. All right, what we got? What we got? What we got? So you did pull a full art. Did you pull two of them? I think you pulled two of them. I think you're doing well, Jen. That means you double dipped. You got the hit from the last box and the hit from the next box. Yeah, so Jen, check it out. It was a gamble, but you double dipped. How about that? Vin Smoke and this blonde girl. Here's Bonita, and here's purple, pink-haired girl. I'm already shocked at just my SNS cards. Better the packaging, the more sales you will get. I used to sell records and always had a good rep. FE packaging. I had peeps send stuff in flimsy jiffy bags. Yep, yep. I experienced the same thing with Pokemon cards. So it's like I always use a solid box with strong tape and a little bit of padding, and then I'll get stuff worth like $200, $300 from people, and they'll just do like like a simple bubble mailer, and I'm like, bro, you realize how easy these are to break? So people just don't care. They just send it however they want to send it, and it's not smart. All right, Jen, really appreciate it. Jen, I know for a fact I sold you some great Pokemon cards, and they have gone to the moon. I hope you're still holding them. I hope you didn't sell them off too soon. We are. We are, Jennifer Yap. The Pokemon market has been absolutely crazy. There we go. All right. So you got a nice fat baggie here. We have a new thing, by the way, Miss Jen, where you can donate your hollows to get into things like the trade break or things like the giveaway slab. So if you ever don't want your hollows, you are able to liquidate them. Yeah. So we got baggie number one. Just put those cards in there. And we're going to get another baggie and put these in there. Okay. That's a lovely Nami. Is it? That's a Nami? Okay. Grabbing all these, stuffing them in here. Make sure to leave a like. We've been pretty busy, Miss Tammy. Busy as hell, man. Yeah. I feel like the channel has gone from being maybe like a pack opening channel to a breaks channel. And I think we do really well in the breaks. Postman sitting on it, getting squished in parcels, bouncing up and down on conveyor belts. Yeah, or just like an angry postal worker stamping a package. I worked at UPS and I witnessed that. The guy was doing it to show off to me. He was showing off to me. It was just a guy who was throwing boxes in the truck next to me, and it was break time. And he and I climb out of the car, and there's a box there, and he just stomps it, and he's just laughing like, "Haha, see what I did?" And I was like, "Bro." It's like I don't know what you think. I think it's fun, but yeah, he was just showing me like he'll just stomp a box if he feels like it, and it's like that's who you may be dealing with. So you just never know. You learn from that. Yeah, he thought he was cool. He's like, I stomp boxes if I feel like it. All right, this guy has an abandoned bag. Jesse Fletcher had one EV in it. I'm gonna go put the EV over here. Okay. Yes, crazy postman sitting on it. I work at DPS Law. Sometimes I thought a football match was on when we loaded vans. You work at UPS? Well, that's because the UPS managers push you so hard to unload the truck in record time. They're like, you need to unload these trucks in the blink of an eye. Here's the new Mew brake. Jen, I think you were around long enough that maybe you remember when the Mew brakes were like 1 in 10, 1 in 12 or something like that. Yeah. Now it's a 1 in 30 for the exact same card. Pretty cool. Check this out, guys. These are these extremely rare Koro Koro Toruka cards, Tora Karutas. We got Jinx and we got Ponyta. That's all we got left. That's all we got left, actually. Those are pretty cool. All right. Thank you so much. We have a Tyler Franson order next. 2 Spirit Forged. Yes, sir. I remember those Mew breaks. Yeah, they were going by in a flash. And I think I was selling them like 1 in 10, 1 in 11. And actually, the profit margin back then was higher than it is now. So I was asking for a higher premium on those than I was on these. And they were just disappearing. They were just getting gobbled up, man. All right. Here's Fizz, Hex Tech. So somebody out there was pulling that Mew for 40 bucks. And then whatever it is now is blown up to like $1,000 from 40 to 1,000. As long as they held, it didn't sell. As long as they held. Here's Glask, Lucian, Rek'Sai, and Gold. I'm going to give you that gold card. I like gold. We're actually low on this product. Did you guys like Riftbound? Should I get more of it? Riftbound Spirit Forged has done well. 1 out of 30. Interesting. Yeah, that covers everything for me. That covers the cost of taxes, the cost of the processing fee, a little bit of premium so I can make a profit on the sale, and then the actual base cost of the card if you were to go in the market and try to buy one right now. Your pack prices are kind of high. You might find cheaper sources for your stocks. I understand. Yeah, so sometimes pack pricing can be very tough for me. I don't have a distributor for like the most recent stuff. And then there's the older stuff, right, which is just secondhand market. And what I kind of do, my strategy is when I do a price update, I typically add a premium onto the price of the pack and then I just forget about it. And then as time goes by, that pack that maybe looks a little expensive, it gets closer and closer to market price over time. So I just kind of I set it once, forget about it, and maybe today it feels kind of high, but like a month later it feels pretty good, and then just start selling until I'm out of it, or like we go through another box of it and I go, okay, now time to test the price again. So that's kind of my system. That's how I do it. We are, but some guys maybe they found another way to source it. I will say this: when it comes to sourcing packs, what I could be doing, I could be sourcing them in the absolute cheapest way. And let me tell you something about that. Sourcing your packs in the absolute cheapest way often involves getting product that is dubious, meaning it might be searched, it might be coming like loose packs, it might be like coming out of not a case. I like to buy cases of the product. And unfortunately, the price is a little higher when you buy it per case, especially on the secondhand market. So, I'll go get a case of something and then I'll price it based off of that. And that price might look a little higher as a result, but you're getting better quality product. Like last night, you guys watched another mega Charizard. That's like the third mega Charizard in a very small amount of time. You saw a third mega Charizard pulled last night, and I like that because it's coming out of our quality product that we acquired, and it's just a really good system. Now, I guess I've never really dabbled with buying this sort of like super ultra cheap packs, the cheapest packs on the market kind of deal. Maybe those are just legitimate good packs. But I have a belief that there are people out there who are searching the packs and then they're just liquidating them. And I don't want to be the victim of, acquiring those and giving them to you guys. Wow, that old Mickey Mouse card. This Mickey Mouse card is from 1935. I dabble in these. These are called bubblegum Mickey Mouse cards. They come out of a bubblegum pack from 1935. Look at that. Mickey took Minnie for a buggy ride. The horse was very, very frisky, and the buggy almost tipped over several times. Finally, Minnie got her breath for a moment and said to Mickey, "Crazy trip, isn't it?" What did Mickey answer her? So that's from 1935, and it's so long ago that they're talking about a buggy ride, like a horse-drawn carriage, which probably back then wasn't that old of a technology, right? Like people were driving cars by 1935, but the people in that generation still remember carriages and horse-drawn buggies and stuff like that. So that's actually it's not that old of a technology for them. pretty insane. But I have quite a few of these. I'm a fan of them. So I'm a fan of these Mickey Mouses. All right. I don't know about you guys. I also like Pokemon. Fixed title. See, I got, look at this one. It says Soda Pup. I think these will be pretty easy to buy up off the market and own all of them. Here's one of my top, look at this. This is one of my favorites from the whole set. There's a fish involved, there's a boat, there's an umbrella, there's Minnie and Mickey. Look, Mickey's in a row with Minnie. This is like one of my favorites right here. So I wouldn't sell this one. I just want to keep it. But if I were to sell it, the price would be a little bit higher. And then this one's kind of different. This one's it's in an older slab. And then if you look at the back of it, it's got a problem here. So you almost have to grade it in your own mind and not listen to the PSA grade. So I look for the vibrancy in the color, and I look for the glue mark on the back. This one has a glue mark. It's been glued into the book before. So, and then some of them don't have those problems. When PSA grades them, PSA doesn't always notice those things for some reason. So I don't know how PSA grades them, but I learned this from the guy who I bought my initial bubblegum Mickey Mouse set from. He was teaching me how they actually grade them and what to look for. And when I was selling these, I noticed I would sell some for an unusually high price. And I asked him, I said, what's going on here? And he said, oh, well, that card doesn't have any. So like, look at this one. This one's only a 2, right? But look at the difference in the coloring between them. This one's a lot brighter, as if it hasn't been oxidated as much, right? Because things fade over time. So this one is a lot more faded than this one, but they're the same grade. They're both 2. But PSA doesn't care about the color of the card, right? That's the reason PSA will hand out a 10 to a sun faded card. Have you ever seen that with Pokemon? So PSA doesn't care about the fade. It doesn't go into their grade. But so this one's not as faded as that one, and that really matters for cards that are 100 years old. And then if you flip them around, this mark here implies it's been glued before, but this one's never been glued. So this one's actually really valuable, but they only gave it a 2. So this is an example of a really nice Mickey Mouse card. And this one's also pretty nice, but this one probably should be higher than a 2. And PSA just doesn't care. They don't care about those things. Very interesting, right? All right. So I learned that stuff from the guy who I bought my initial Mickey Mouse collection from. He said when Mickey Mouse and super vintage collectors go out to buy those cards, they don't assume that the PSA grade really matters that much. They look for vibrancy, and they look for, did the card get glued before? All right. Anyways, that's fun. I like to teach. I like to talk. I like to talk. Let's see. I'm hitting refresh. Very cool. Thanks for sharing. No problem, man. Yeah, I have the official oldest Mickey Mouse collection in history. It's called the June Cosa Mickey Mouse cards. I can show those to you as well if you'd like to see them. Here's Nathan Norman. He says 1 spot in the jumbo, 1 spot in the Tyranitar sublist. All right, the Tyranitar sublist creeps forward by 1. You cannot miss the Tyranitar. He's such a big deal. He's probably underpriced. That's the sublist for the Mega Tyranitar. You guys know about the Mega? Let me show you. I want to see. Yeah, I show it off from time to time. It's called the Juncosa Mickey Mouse Collection. Regulars here definitely already know about it. I've shown it off a couple times now, but it's something worth showing off over and over. It's a really cool item. It's the official oldest Mickey Mouse card, printed Mickey Mouse card collection in history. And so I bought it because I wanted to be able to own something like that. And I was like, I can't believe this is even for sale. It's like running into a piece of land that nobody should own or something like that. Like, why didn't the government own this? It is. So it's like that feeling you get when you find something that it belongs in a museum. All right, Nathan, you are in the jumbo pack break. We just need one more. Can I also have 1 or 2 spots in the trade break using some hollows and stuff from my bag? Says Nathan Norman. Nathan Norman. All right. Looks like we're going to be able to work that out for you easily. Look, you got a chunk of hollows right here, and a chunk of hollows right here. Oops. So we're definitely going to be able to work that out for you. I got learned about the Mickey cards by Mr. Mr. knows what he's doing. Yeah, here we are. All right. Here's another Nathan Norman. I find them really interesting. And what's going on with the Mickey Mouse cards right now, there's like still some on the market that you can go buy. And they're still a pretty actually interestingly low price. However, considering they're from 1935 and considering it's a Disney item, I think that they're bound to probably jump pretty significantly over time. Like, I just don't see how it doesn't happen because there's so much money out there and they're so actually really affordable. Like $200 for the one I showed you on the table, that's really not that much. Something like that's very easy to turn into like a break and see the break go off in a relatively easy. Like it could go into the live customs as well. It could become a star card. Yeah, it would be very easy for a card like that to finish breaking or finish being turned into a star card break or something like that. So with the Mickey Mouse cards being so affordable, and they're not printing a lot more of them, and I don't think anyone's got a supply of them hiding in their closet or anything like that. So I'm just pulling all your hollows is what I'm doing, by the way. Looks like these are some cards you graded. All right. All that and PSA still commands higher prices. That seems wrong. What are you talking about? You're talking about the differences between the cards? It's just because PSA's grading does not take into account the fade. PSA does not care about fading. Nicholas Lloyd, Nicholas Stedham. How much for that last spot in the break? $40? In the jumbo pack break? Yeah. If it's not already purchased. All right, so there we go. Nathan Norman. I peeled out some of your hollows here. A good chunk of these are English, so I guess what we could do, this really is probably only worth about one spot, to be honest, but I would probably do two for you if you'd like, which I think you would like. I'm gonna try catch a fade with PSA. Yeah, so you can take a card and put it in the sun intentionally to get it to do sun fading. And then if you send it to PSA, they will still grade it 10. They do not care about the fade at all. The fade is not considered at all in the grade. If you look it up, if you look it up online, there are sun faded PSA 10s. You can go see that. And so there are guys who will like take cards, put them in like a holder, and then leave them in the sun to fade them just to have them graded later by PSA. Put me in the last spot. I'll pay if it has not been taken. All right, sounds good. I'll check real fast, okay? I'll see if anyone had snatched it already. Give me a second here. Da-da-da. One box. Oh, okay, good. I'm just looking around. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so yes, you're able to get that last spot. You're the first person to ask for it, it looks like. Let me just hit refresh on this as well. Nice, good looking Gyarados. Yes. Oh, except Hawk Camacho had said 10 for it. Well, hold on. I spoke too soon. The last spot had been purchased. I'm very sorry. Hawk Camacho. I had to hit refresh on the website orders. I was checking all the other ones. I thought that the website order that was new was this one that we're working on. No, it was another new one. Hawk Camacho had already purchased it. I'm so sorry. I probably got you excited for it. No dings for sun fading, but they'll ding you for a factory white error or off center. Seems funny to me. Yeah, it is a bit strange, isn't it? Let's make sure the count on this is accurate. Stop the count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's one spot on this little Gyarados. Doo-doo-doo. He's fun. He's this thing where you can get rid of your cards and actually get something for that. That's what's so fun about him. So Nathan, was there more to that order? Let me double check. One spot in the jumbo, one spot in the Tyranitar sublist. Give up some of my cards to get in the trades. All right, good. That's all done. Now, it's not Hawk's turn yet. It's actually Mr. Raphael's turn. He says one box of 151 surprise, two Riftbound, and two TMNTs. All right. As it gets later, it gets busier. How crazy. Hold on. Let me pull this out. I got PSA 7 on my sun faded card. I'm pissed. Two Riftbound, two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think I need a fresh box of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I also think we need to be careful here because we're running out of them. We're actually running out of Magic the Gathering. You know it's popular if we're running out of magic because we don't mainly cater to a magic audience. All right. Snip that. We don't normally cater to magic. I'm back, says Mr. Kelp. Hello, back. Yep. All right. Sweet. Let's get this guy out of this box. No one has pulled the Pikachu Gengar yet. People who buy magic are rich and will have good luck this whole month. Did you see that hot air balloon that emergency landed in a family's backyard? The pilot did an amazing job. I did not see that, but I've always had a fascination with hot air balloons. I'd love to go up in one. They're a little bit scary, I guess. Sometimes they go bad, huh? I don't think Karis would climb into one with me. I think she'd be terrified. Mr. Hasn't realized it's 420. Hey, hey. So Monday is 420. We could technically stream the Oddish right now, couldn't we? Could get the Oddish ready for 420. Okay, snipping this. And we'll snip these. Oh, snappy, 420. We have a new cannabis depot opening up. It's like 5 minutes down the road from us. Seriously. We got a new cannabis depot open up, and they're opening on 420. So I guess that company is going to be open finally. They bought like a dental office and they like rebuilt the whole thing. And now it's going to be a place where you can go shopping for weed. Okay, you ready? Here's Marowak, Machok, the Burb, Arbok, Vaporeon, Machok, Starmie. I lived in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and I would see the hot air balloon races or whatever in the morning. They flew over the mountains. Oh, that's cool, man. Picking up Golem. 420 is better than dental. That's right. I'm all oddished up. Here's Golbat. You guys want me to set up the oddish early? Vulpix. Oddish. You want me to write 420 on this? This in honor of 2026 420. Here's Chauncey. Oh, okay, good. I want a Gym 10 Oddish. You know I love Oddish. There was a balloon ride in London near me. The cable snapped and it went on its own, crash landing in a car park. Lucky no one was hit. Was next to Tower Bridge. Ooh, we are. You can run till 420. Yes, do it. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Oh, look at that. That didn't dry really well. I guess the Chinese cards have a different material on them. Maybe I should have written it in the portion with the oddish. Normally, the trick that we do is we draw like glasses on the oddishes, right? And then we give them a doobie. I don't know that worked out. He's supposed to be smoking a doobie with sunglasses on. I don't think it took very well. All right. So he's got his doobie. Is 42026. Very good. Okay. Was there only one hit in there? Oh no, there would have been two. The Arbok. The Arbok is the other hit. There it is. Nothing crazy will happen when I wake up, right? There we are. Do 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 do. Scooby Doo Doo. Not your best work. Not your best. It was hard to work with that one. There's just not much room on that one. Really small drawing of him. Here's Arcane Shift. We're just getting warmed up though. I'm Jewish. I can say me. There. Very nice. The Arcane Shift, pack number 2. Guards, Guardian Angel, Blade of the Ruined King. All right, Blade of the Ruined King. I originally stopped to get a better job, and afterwards, just didn't go back because I can't afford it right now, says Cody. Can't afford it right now. There we go. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Ballad of the Cats. All right, ready? Oh. I stopped for a year, Cody. It ain't going anywhere. Who's going somewhere? All right, so here's Mutant Town Musicians. Frog Butler. I want a pristine 10 unknown slab. Make your move. Purple Dragon Punks. Jenica, Bad Apple, Big Sister. Donatello, Way with Machines. Hard One Chit. Raphael, Most Attitude. Marauding Mutagen. And Island. Now, we have Does Machines. Shredder, Shadow Master. Cool. Turtles Forever. Oh, that's cool. I like that. They got all these different eras. Donnie's Bow and Dark Leo and Shredder. Ho ho! Dark Leo and Shredder. That's cool, man. All right, Donnie's Bow. Turtles Forever. Ninja Turtles continues to be a really fun brand. All right. That was a good pack, mister. Was it? I liked the dark card, Dark Leo and Shredder. He's turned to the dark side. We are. All right. Now here's High Flying Ace, Ragamuffin Raptor. He may profit on that one, says Jod. Bebop, Manhole Missile, Foot Ninjas. Oh, yes. Karai, Future of the Foot, Turtle Lair, New Generations Technique, Evolving Wilds, Swamp, Leatherhead, Dimension X Pizzazor, Tempestra, Dame of Games. Ah, you got the Rafts Jit, but this time it's hollow. Nice. And Leonardo, Cutting Edge. All right, much better. There you go, because this round's feeling nice too. Ooh. Okay. Wait, 6 is a painter. Is it her birthday? Here's New Generations Technique. And the Foot Ninjas. Ooh. Lovely. Thank you so much, man, for these big orders. Really appreciate it. That was a big order, man. So Rafael Gonzalez taking care of us tonight, huh? Showing some love for these Magic the Gathering cards. Okay. All right. Big load indeed. What? Rafael Gonzalez. He says 5 Poke Shuffles, 1 live custom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, so that's why the Columbine survivor showed her backpack that was released to the FBI. Here we are. Oh. It's the Columbine anniversary. Oof. Nope. Cold. Next round, the Poke Shuffles. 5 of these. Poke Shuffles are very popular. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Oh, you got the star card. Can't re-roll it. So I'm gonna deem the game packs box to be the star card receiver. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. In fact, I haven't advertised that tonight. There's a whole box of Nintendo game packs, and we're gonna get ahead of it and turn that into the star receiver right now. Okay. Today's the anniversary of that. Give us some fun facts. Not too fun, but you know, some interesting spooky facts. There you go, Mr. Raphael. The game packs box is up to 2 spots now. Let me show it off real fast. You guys may wish to intentionally get into this. Here it is. $40, 1 in 10 odds. Oh yes. Oh yes. Fun facts, cheaper to grow your own. Yes. Your own weed? There we go. Did you guys hear that thing in the news? Ilan Omar is part of an investigation over all that fraud in Minnesota. And oh, I gotta check the price on that. And just like yesterday, oh, there's only one spot left in this. Yesterday, she like changed her and her husband's I guess like tax accounting figures to say she was worth, I guess, from 30 million down to like 90,000 or some crazy number like that. And called it an accounting error. That was in the news, I think yesterday. Sarah says, may I get 2 bag sorts, please? Get rid of the OP cards unless they are golden dawns. SEC, SP, or alt arts. Any hit cards can go in my bag if it's easily accessible, please. Then 10 Pokey Shuffles and 1 box of 151 surprise. Let's start out with the Pokey Shuffles so I don't forget, because you know how I am. They call me Mr. Never Forgetty. Oh, one box of 151 surprise for the chat. Whoa, we got a lot of giveaways. Someone joined the Finn and Jake. Yes, the Finn and Jake needs one more person. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, here goes. Miss Sarah, she had a really good day yesterday, so she's giving back. Ooh, but you're not having a good day in the Pokey Shuffles. The Pokey Shuffles strike again. I'm still here, says Silver Ranger. I'm watching you on my TV, so that's why I'm not commenting much. Silver Ranger, appreciate you being here, man. Love it. Get rid of her. She's working for Somalia, not Americans. Wait, you're from the UK, aren't you, Mr. Kelt? Kelt's got some opinions on it. All right, so let's see. 1 box, 151 surprise for the chat. So here's the deal. We got a couple giveaways already. We've got the TCC giveaway, which is this Duraludon. And then we have, right after that, the Brett Love giveaway. Are we at 40 likes? We're not at 40 likes. Why don't you guys get us to 40 likes? So then we got to do a Miss Sarah giveaway after that. I'm going to grab this box here. Ugh. There we go. I say we have a peasant revolution. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Maybe chop off a few heads. I was learning about France's their revolution. I was learning about that today. I was watching a video that went over the history of it. It was pretty interesting. It's like this thing that got out of hand. 7,000, baby. Yes, I'm in UK, but I can see a scammer in politics. She's a terrible liar. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Well, you know, I love it when people engage in a conversation about the news because I'm often interested in news that happens over there in the UK as well. And so it's fun to think that it goes both ways sometimes. Sometimes I think I'm strange for wanting to know like what's going on the other side of the map. She denied that, mister. She said that was an accounting mistake. On the other hand, your biased media didn't show the IDF soldier destroy Jesus statue with the Hummer. Um, she said that was an accounting mistake. Yeah, well, that was what I was reporting. I was reporting that she came out and said it was an accounting mistake, which is very, you know, it's a pretty big accounting mistake. That's why it's such a curious subject. All right, so 2 bag sorts. Let's get the bag sorts real fast. Miss Sarah, 2 bag sorts. May I get 2 bag sorts? Let's grab this. Ugh. So we got a whole box here, probably with a lot of bags in it. Corefish. Sarah Dusenberry hits in this bag. Actually, here's a bag with some cards in it. It looks like we can get rid of. We got it bad at MO over here. World's lost the plot. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. All right. Okay. So did you say you didn't want your SRs? Get rid of OP cards unless they are Golden Dawns, SEC, SP, or alt arts. So is this not an SR? This is an SR. Are you saying you don't want your SRs at this point? Maybe you're saying you don't want your SRs. Here's some hollow Pokemons. Here's a Pokemon Go. This is some kind of bulk back here. Goated raid. I'm a lefty, but come on, 30 million to 90,000. That's Trump level asset inflation. Yeah, exactly. So that's a pretty serious. Right in the middle of the investigation too, she's being investigated, and she said, "Wait, did we say we had 30 million? Actually, it's 90,000." And it's like bizarre almost because it's like you look at that and you go, "Well, are you like trolling us? Are you like is this sort of like am I getting punked?" Because it almost feels like you wouldn't do that because it's too much of a cover up to go from 30 million to 90 seems like a cover up. You'd be like, "You're joking, right? You don't really mean to say that." So, anyways, it's very interesting to see that. Okay, here's Divine Departure, Vista. Look at that Vista. Here's some of these. Okay. Here's this. Here's this. All right, Lord of the Wings. 90 million. Did I say 90 million? I think we need to know what happens in other countries. I think it helps to understand our own country's politics a bit better. She lives a life of luxury. I think the three of us might have been early. All right, so here we are. Beautiful Lord of the Rings packs. So what we have in front of us here, Sarah, are some hollows, which I know you normally donate those. And then over here we got some SRs, not SPs, SRs. And I don't know if Sarah's saying she wants to get rid of the SRs. Let's see. We've got these guys. And we've got this is a full art. These guys. Look, this is Sarah's other Mega Charizard, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew about this. This is her other Mega Charizard. My God, dude. Yes, the SRs can go. I have so many of them. You know, it's funny you should say that, Sarah, because that was kind of how I was feeling about them too. So I've been opening One Piece for a lot of people, and to this day, I've never received a request to grade SRs. Not even one SR has ever been graded. Here's an SR. Here's an SR. Here's an SR. Not even one SR has ever been graded. So I believe that they are kind of like junk. Maybe they're like the equivalent of like a Pokemon EX card. Is like, in theory, this has some kind of value, but in practice, it's like whoever does anything with these, other than maybe a crazy guy like myself, just in an experiment. Okay, so Mega Chars are going in here with these other top loaders. All right. 30 million is just the money we know about. Well, I think that the 30 million is like that's what their company, her husband's company was claiming their assets were worth. And now they're claiming it's more like 90. And it's like, that's a pretty big error to jump from 30 to 90. I don't know. Like, how do you publicly get away with that? It seems impossible. So that was just one box, Sarah. I'll put a check mark on it. Obviously, there's a lot more that can be done here. Okay. Like, for example, you have this bag over here. Let's take a quick look in here. Although this looks like Pokemon hollows. So you got a bunch of Pokemon hollows. Those can always be traded in for like spots in the trade slab or spots in the giveaway slab. But here's a little bit. Here's a little bit of One Piece. So I'm gonna pay you out probably a little bit on those. Let's see. So this is that's an SR. Just the one, huh? Sounds like there's some offshore accounts. Yo ho, an oil's life for me. There we go. All right, very nice. And then Mr. Jonas, Nicholas, Miss Sarah. What do we got? You can have some of those Poke Hollows. You're too generous, Sarah. You've got a lot. That's the truth. You actually have like oceans of this stuff. And if you're gonna donate them, what I'd like to do is get you spots in a trade slab or something, because I really want to encourage people to make a trade with me on those. It reduces the cost of the label for shipping. I can use Oftentimes I can use this product for junk packs, which people do enjoy those. So they have a little bit of monetary value to me as well. This is there, if there's like a type of hollow you prefer to keep, we can have you keep those. But look at this, you actually have an insane chunk of Pokemon hollows right there. Just tons of them. How do you get in the giveaway? So for a regular audience member to get into the giveaway is pretty easy. You just type in the keyword. In this case, the keyword is TCC. Also, we have to have 40 likes for it to begin. And we have 43 likes. So let me begin it, by the way. Yes. So at 40 likes, the giveaway begins. All right, we're going to hit done. All right, so the keyword is 3 letters, TCC. That's our acronym, right? Cardconomist. So you just type that in, and Nightbot will put you into the giveaway for a chance to win. If your name gets pulled, you then go into a new list. Once this list fills out, we roll a die and that person just gets the slab. Oftentimes, you don't have to buy anything or do anything but chill around and you get a free slab. So it's actually pretty popular. All right, this is a ton of stuff. Let me do this. So we're gonna fall behind if I don't hurry here. That's the balancing act for the stream, that you got to go fast enough to keep up with everything. Hello, bro. Hey, what's up, Andy Marlon? Your name's obviously Andy Ma Lana. All right. How are you? How am I? I'm doing really well. How are you, man? We are just talking some stinky numbers here a second ago. All right. Crazy. Okay. Rockstar Mahi, where art thou? Yeah, I miss Rockstar Mahi. I thought he and I were basically like best friends. It's tough not having him here. I drew him a Charizard and he rejected it. Really hurt my feelings. All right, Sarah, you're going to get spots 9 and 10 in here. This is a graded 10 card, so it would be nice to snipe it. And then, Sarah, we might as well give you this last spot in the trade slab. Now, the trade slab works very different from other breaks. The trade slab doesn't work with like custom booster packs at all. We just flip it over. Everyone's card is this card with your name on it. So that's the card you get out of the trade. Okay, here are the names: Nathan, Pat, Brett, Six, Joseph, and Sarah. All right. Can I ask what I have in the Cool Kids box currently when you have time? Looking to send some cards off. Sure. A lot of your hits might just be in your bag, but I think you did have a card in here. So, Sarah, you obviously have this very nice Mega Charizard. And then let me see if you had anything else. Let's see. I got it. Look at me. I got a card. I got this TCC Kangaskhan. All right. The box. So I think it's just this one card. Oh, here we go. Sarah Dusenberry. Look at this. Mr. Isai has all these cards and he just left them with me. All of his stuff is over here with me. He didn't ship anything. It's all really old. I wonder where he went. I wonder if he like crashed out and maybe he went to jail. I don't know. But look, so Espeon, Umbreon, Eevee, Sylveon, Flareon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Eevee. Holy cow, Sarah. Sarah, you might be the single luckiest person on the channel in the last like 2 years. You seem to get the luck, man. I don't know how that works out. Technically, there's always a luckiest person. You might be the luckiest person. Might be you. Like, people have good luck, but you have like really good luck. Did Mister see the new Nick Shirley video? Nick Shirley. Who's Nick Shirley? Oh, yeah, Nick Shirley, the guy who was uncovering the fraud or something. All right, give me a number. Yeah, I did see that PDX. I thought that was really kind of shocking. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here goes. This person gets the card, and it's Nathan Norman. Nathan Norman pulls the Gyarados. Here you go, Nathan. That was the trade slab, everybody. The trade slab's a fun way to try and obtain a slab. Just a way to get rid of some of your junk that you maybe don't want. and take a shot at a cheap slab. So now I have to record that finished in our Discord server. Yeah, they're trying to pass a law in California that would have stopped Nick Shirley from uncovering fraud, and it's gaining a lot of attention. I think both Democrats and Republicans don't want to see fraud. It's a bad thing, and it's a doesn't look good that they're trying to block it, to be honest. So this shall go into the break's history. Okay. And it shall say Gyarados trade went to Nathan at 150 minutes. There it goes. Very good. What should the next trade slab be? Maybe this cool coughing? How about I'm sure it's in every state, every Western state. Yeah, there could be a lot of fraud in red states too. It might not be just a blue state thing. I told Karis this when I watched the initial video about the hospice buildings. I told, should it be Slowpoke? Nah, come on, let's do, well, no, let's give it a try. So I told Karis this. I said, one of the reasons why all this fraud exists in a place like California is just because everyone's so desperate over there because the cost of living's so high in the first place that there's plenty of temptation to break the rules just to make it, just to become rich, just to make it. And then, like, for example, the hospice companies, what they were doing is they were going into poor neighborhoods and they were collecting social security information in order to fill out these government requests for government aid using that social security information. Well, people were selling their social security information for just $600 or like a flat screen TV or something. So they're like, yeah, you can have it. How wild is that? All right, so this shall say trade. Here's the new trade slab, and it is this time it's a 10. So we have a nice 10 slowpoke this time. It's kind of scary though, because it makes you wonder how much more there is. I think that's what's on everybody's mind. And I think also it highlights sort of a downside of a generous welfare system is, well, now you got to manage the welfare system. You got to have money handlers, you got to have fraud detectors, you got to have a jail to throw the people who commit fraud into jail. You're going to lose some money either way from people who tricked you. So that's one of the downsides. Back when the country was growing in the 19 whatever 20s or 30s, and all these immigrants were coming over, there was no welfare system to take advantage of. You didn't have to hire anybody to manage it, so no one had to be paid to manage the welfare system. So it's weird today. Everyone thinks of it like a normal thing to have 50, 60% taxes and then generous welfare systems. But then we're seeing countries in decline and all this fraud, and people are not wealthy yet, and it's just it's very fascinating. Anyways, I have a lot to say about it, but I'm not going to waste too much time on it. Here's Mr. Team Rocket Grunt, who says, "Good night, Mister. Let me get one live custom and one Pokey Shuffle. Don't know if I'll still be awake." Here goes. He says, "But if Pokey Shuffle hit, re-rolls unless it's $100 slab." Oh, cool. Okay, I like this direction that he's told me to do. Here goes. There's too many politicians to have their fingers in sticky money. I think I think everyone I think the entire working class is fed up with the politicians in general, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat. I think there's a lot of dissatisfaction because there's a feeling like everyone's got ulterior motives. Like somebody's working for someone who then gets a big payout, like the NGOs, or maybe like contributions to foreign countries, or endless wars, which Trump said he was going to end, but now we're in another one. And maybe it still ends well. I don't know. I didn't really like Iran personally. I was not a big fan of them, but so it's like it never ends, it feels like, though. One cold one. All right. Team Rocket Grunt, they were no good. I'm sorry, man. Stephen Chang says, one Riftbound. This is for Stephen Chang. What's up, Stephen? All right. Very good. All right. The problem with No More New Wars is that it's sort of an isolationist take where we say, well, let's just let the world do whatever the world wants to do, you know? And I think when the United States kind of withdraws from the world in that way and backs down, I think it actually triggers a lot of war. I think it triggers places like what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of ambitious countries that would like to get up the hierarchy, up the scale. And they are intending to use war to do that. They are intending to maybe design ballistic missiles or drones and then proliferate them to like Sudan or something to make money off of it. And it's like, do we just stand back and let that happen? Do we play isolationists and say, hey, we'll be friends with good guys, we'll be friends with bad guys, we don't care, we just want to make money? So it's a very interesting question. But I think America withdrawing completely actually triggers uh, more war, but war that we're not responsible for and war that we don't have to pay for. But I think, again, it just kind of it signals to everybody, hey, go do whatever you want. Here's Palfin. Here's a Slowpoke. Here's Tawanito. Someone go and join the Jumbo Pack Break. A Jumbo Pack Break is done. So we have Miss Jennifer. Yep, she says 16 packs EB3 Japanese. 16 packs of EB3 Japanese. You got it. All right. Maybe the rest of this boat. EB3. That'd be this one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, so sweet. Thank you so much, Jen. Finishing off the box. That's nice of you. All right. What's the queue like? It's not terrible. We are. I wouldn't say it's terribly long. Wait, did it get completed already? Says Mr. Marius. Yes, it did. The Jumbo Pack Break is completed. Hot Camacho bought the last spot a minute ago. I actually have to get to Hot Camacho's order, though. It's not his turn yet. So I'm getting the orders before his done first. Okay. I'd like us to stop trying to force regime changes around the world. Yeah, I actually agree with that. But again, I was never really a big fan of Iran. Iran chants death to America. I think that if you get a country doing that for a long time, um, I don't think that they're just making it up. I think they really hate us. Just shouldn't do it. You know, China doesn't necessarily love us. Russia doesn't necessarily love us, but they don't chant death to America. So I was learning something new today. I learned that the number one country attacked by Iran was actually the UAE. UAE has sustained thousands of attacks from Iran. I didn't know that. But I don't know if many Americans know that. It's like one of those pieces of information, huh? Here we go. So you got the girl Trafalgar Law. Wow, what a hottie. Here's this. Oh, the queen. There we go. Here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. And here's a hollow. Israel hates us too. They just don't say it out loud as often. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Is that how you feel about it? Here's a hollow. And here's also a hollow. And finally, another hollow. All right. What I can say for sure is that Iran is responsible for a lot of attacks in the Middle East, and they chant death to America, and they sell oil for cheap to China, which makes China more competitive. And they are part of sort of like, you know, they're part of like a parallel world economy that competes with America's ability to sanction countries. So you have this sort of like group forming. You could call it the BRICS countries, right? Brazil, there's Venezuela. We just knocked Venezuela out. Iran, we just knocked Iran out. And then you got like Russia and China, maybe India. Not so sure about India because I think India's doing its own thing a little bit. But so, you've got the BRICS nations, and Trump just knocked out two big allies of Russia and China. And China's over there saying, hey, we're going to take Taiwan. Xi Jinping said that earlier this year. He said, we're going to take Taiwan one way or another. And then Russia's trying to recreate the Soviet Union. Look at that. Beautiful. So there were a total of 3 hits in here. That's so weird. But Putin has expressed how he feels. It was really sad that the Soviet Union fell apart. He wants to put it back together. He wants the satellite states back. So he's waging war on Ukraine to take the satellite states back and be a competing world power. And that's not necessarily in our interest. Some people think it is. I don't think it is. I think it makes the China, Russia, Iran, Venezuela union stronger. So, but now China and Russia have just lost 2 of their big allies. I'd say Iran was a really big ally. Iran was getting close to a nuclear bomb. Not anymore. I don't think they're going to have a chance to do it now, or at least it'll be severely delayed. Jose Trevino says Adventure Time and 10 Poke Shuffles. You got it. We are? All right. I think that Trump has to avoid allowing the Iranian war to become his Vietnam War. So I think he has to wrap it up, but I think also he has to finish it in a powerful way. And one thing for sure is I do feel he's a crazy guy. And I would bet on him finishing it. I would, because he's that crazy. I don't think he's a moral person, right? Like he did the whole mocking of Jesus and all that. I don't think he's a moral person, but I think he cares severely about winning. So I think he's going to do whatever he has to do to win. And that's something that I think a lot of American leaders have not had in a long time. Trump's this character who doesn't really care if he's good or bad. He just cares about if he wins. All right, these three right here, good luck. Adventure Time consignment slab is going off. This is a consignment break. Basically, someone has asked me to sell their card for them, and so that's what I've done. They get a 75% payout, and in this event, the card sells a little faster because it's a break, and people love breaks. Breaks are very fun. All right, so there's the breaks. We got the three names. We got the three boosters. Let's get it. I do believe with as much crap as we do, we are kind of needed in the long run to keep some kind of order. Yeah, like the USA is still the world reserve currency. And Americans have to understand how important it is to maintain that status. It's what allows us to be a consumer country. All right, give me a number. Because what happens is the government prints money and then we consume goods with that money. And all the countries holding US dollars, they receive inflation from that. And they just kind of go, okay, because they have no other option. So as long as the United States remains the world's currency, we get away with infinitely printing money. One, two. If the world ever says, you know what, we don't want it, we don't want US dollars. We want BRICS nation Chinese yuan or something. If they ever do that, that becomes hyperinflation for us very fast. So Trump kind of establishing the world order to still be in the United States' favor, I think it's scary. It takes a certain level of devil may care personality type. It takes a certain level of acceptance that, hey, it's a it's blood for oil. It really is. That's how the world sort of runs. Give me a number. Uh, as evil and horrible and immoral and terrible and vicious as it seems, it's like, well, do you like living in a rich country? Because this is kind of how it sort of works a little bit. It's like, do you like having cheap oil? Do you like having control of like the passageways, the routes? Do you like disabling your opponent? And it's a tough it's like this thing you're not allowed to not participate in. It's a tricky thing, isn't it? Patrick says four. I'll do four. One, two, three, four. All right, there goes. All right. It's more than that. It's like a country wants to take another country. It always gets questioned. What does America think about this? All right, here goes. So we got Mr. Brian Dominizak. Brian pulls it right away. There it is. Brian on one. Why can't we all just be gay together? Yeah, we could just go do a circle jerk and easy mode, right? Actually, I think if you did that in Iran, you'd probably get in trouble. I don't know what the rules are, but I'm pretty sure you'd be in trouble for that because they're a very religious country. So you couldn't be that way. I guess you could say then that religion is the reason why you can't have that. We can't all be gay together because religion says we can't be. Religion's got some strict rules, and Iran's one of the very tough religious countries. Wow, this side I've seen a lot. We are. Get back to the pile. That's right. Get back to the pile. There we go. Okay. And we need to pay out Anthony Kalura. Good thing I'm not religious. All right. There we go. And let's go find Anthony Kalura. Let's see, Anthony. I don't think I've sold a card for him in a while, so this is going to be way back here. Aha, here it is. Anthony Kalura has $510 with me. Good thing I'm not gay. What? This long as you're wearing your socks, it's all good, homie. So 75 by 75%. What number is that going to be? $56 plus 510. So his total money is 566 now. Look at that. Pretty good. That's all from consignment. And he didn't have to work on it at all. I just get it done for him. 10 pokey shuffles. Let's get 10 pokey shuffles now. Jose Trevino, good luck. How do you like tag? They're good. I like them. They're good. We do a lot of grading with tag, and they get the product back faster than PSA. So you see a lot of tag slabs on my table right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There it is. 11. Now, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Man, card number 11 has been paying out for people lately. Holy, dude. Look at this. He got 3 pulls. Now, this pack right here, the Silver Tempest pack, that cannot be re-rolled. That has to be opened. I almost feel like it doesn't have to be in the box. Yeah, we don't need the Silver Tempest in there. I'm taking this out. We're not going to restock it. That doesn't need to be in there, does it? You are going to get the pack, though. Let me go grab it. There we are. Do you still submit to PSA? I do, yes. I submit to PSA. It's just that they haven't returned any of my stuff in a long time. So we're just waiting on it. Yeah, I do 1 submission per month. I have not received a PSA submission back since like, I don't know, like January or something. It's been a long time. They take their sweet ass time, man. All right, here's the Lugia. He's a $40 card. And then the Gyarados too, huh? So not only is he getting a Silver Tempest pack, but he's pulled an $85 Gyarados, a $40 Lugia. So he went from $50 to $145. Now, the question for you, Jose Trevino, is would you like to re-roll either of these? And also, we're going to find out what you pull here. Are you ready? I'm gay for you, mister, but Trump and his goons are stopping me from reaching you. Yeah, they're blocking you? Are they cock blocking? Here's Leafy Camo Pouch. Ooh, okay, this one's a cold round. That's stinky. Let's see. Leafy Camo Pouch. You'll keep them? Good choice. All right, Jose Trevino. Jump. He's the Dorito president. He's got the Dorito fleet. Ah, here we are. There's your Leafy Camo Poncho. Gyarados is sick. Oh no, get him to a doctor. Yeah. Okay. Where's my music at? I'll play this one. Jose Trevino. Hopefully still some in. Oh yeah, there's a ton of slabs in there. It's loaded. Okay. Good. Like this, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There it goes. 12 of these, right? What are we doing with this? Scyther's going in. Number 006, Scyther T10. Why do we keep electing these old people to run this modern country? Yeah. Bumdani's young. I don't feel like his ideas were super good. He's like, we're going to run government grocery stores. I was like, where have I heard this before? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you can be old or young and make bad ideas. But I think people are wanting to see younger politicians. Maybe somebody a little more relatable or something. I don't know. That's why I'm running for office. When they elect me, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be free Pokemon for everyone. Mandatory. All right, there we go. Mandatory. Whose turn is it now? So now it is. Let me look at this. I got to see who's got the older order. Everybody enjoys blaming Trump for everything, no matter what the issue is. I think that happens for every president, basically. So the next order is actually Mr. Hawk. He says, let's see, he's got a couple parts to his order. He's got a jumbo pack break spot. All right, the jumbo pack break is going off. Get comfortable, guys, because anybody who's been waiting in queue for a while knows that there's a little while to wait now as we open all these. There you go, Mr. Hawk. Mr. just announced his candidacy. If I win, simple. Everyone's getting Pokemon cards. Easy mode. Yeah, I wonder, should we do those custom boosters every time? Maybe we should just do this like we do with the trade break. It's so much faster. But then again, the side deck wouldn't tick up. So then you got that 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I feel like these custom boosters are good for when we include like a bonus card in the actual custom boosters. But if we're not doing a bonus card, if we're just doing like, if we're just doing commons, I feel like it's not as necessary. Oops. Mr. Hawk, to it. All right. All right. I'd hire Tammy as Secretary of Defense, or Secretary of War, I guess it's called now. Yeah. We do a war on loneliness. Everyone's required to hook up and make out. But all right, give me a number. There should be an age limit. She would do a good job at that. Mr. gives off the Harris vibes. What? Do I look like I just fell out of a coconut tree? Hello. 1, 2. All right. Oops. All right. All right. Good. Give me a number. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, Timmy. 3. 1, 2, 3. There it is. All right, let's get it started, everybody. The jumbo pack break goes off again. Hawk Tua pulls. There it is. He gets the Psyduck on 1, Mr. Hawk. And that would mean these are cold. Mr. Marius, sorry. Mr. Nathan Norman, sorry. And Mr. Raphael, I'm sorry. All right, so Hawk manages to pull it on 1. Congratulations. By the way, Hawk, you have the option to forgo all those booster packs and keep the Psyduck. Did you know that? You could be like, you know what? Give me the Psyduck. I want the Psyduck. He's pretty beautiful. Somebody will choose him someday. All right. So let's grab all these. These are yours now. Good luck. What time is it? 3:30. Oh dear heavens. What a busy stream. It's a Sunday busy stream. Okay. Snipping this. Snipping these. I don't think I've gotten the jumbo before. It's a lot of fun, especially if you pull something big out of it. Maybe you get lucky like Jennifer, I'm sorry, not like Jennifer, like Sarah. We are. We hunger for the cards. There you go. Snipping these. All right. Snipping these. Remember when I mixed up Tammy and Jennifer Yap's name for like a whole year? How did I do that? My brain was like short wiring or something. All right, there it goes. All right. Oh, you've got Gurren MK2. That's an R star card. Look at you, man. So right away, you did actually pull a hit. It's a Union Arena hit. Here's Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuji Itadori. I remember when you actually cut that Pokemon movie promo in the Jumbo Pack. Did I? Here, let's see. Oh, this girl with the pillow or something. Oh. If your name is not Sarah, you're not getting anything good. Oh my god. Here's Sanan. Okay. This lady. Fusion art called Attack on Titan. You have one hollow here. Here's solo leveling. You've got Bayek Yunho. Simida. Chulul. Here's this girl. And this girl. Okay, you got a couple girls there. I'm just back. Grabbed another caffee. You grabbed a caffee? Super Mario World. Boop, 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 boop. We got Mario Yoshi, Baby Luigi. Here are the hollows. You got Princess Pooch and Mario punching a brick or something like that. Damn. Stay away from that guy. Yeah, domestic violence situation. All right. I'm going to rewind this. There you go. Minecraft music. All right. Oh, Princess Daisy. There we go. And last but not least, Mario Tennis. Oh, here's a actually pretty expensive Minecraft pack. It's $11. This is Minecraft base. It was released a while ago by Panini. Look, Arctic Fox. Very good. Flint and Steel. Now look, here's the hit in the back. You've got this glow-in-the-dark witch and a mosaic piece, a part of a bigger picture. All right, so the glow-in-the-dark witch is extremely unique. I don't think there's even one other card set I've opened where they have that. Super cool idea. I'm surprised they don't do it more often. And let's see. Horse armor. That's cute. Again, this is printed by the Panini Company. PSA totally grades these. I've graded these before. All right. This really does glow in the dark. It's super funny. Pokemon Journey. Cold. This is Gem 1. Ah, Captain Pikachu Master Ball. That's not too bad. It's not a super rare pull, but it's decent. In that set, you can pull that card pretty easily if you keep opening packs. See, the Gem 1, 2, and 3, the Master Balls aren't really rare. You get one in every pack. Here's 151 Gengar. Nope, no pull. All right, so we've gotten some good progress here. The glow be cool to get all slabbed. Yeah, it's cool as hell, man. It'd be cool to have a complete collection of the glow-in-the-dark Minecraft cards. Wouldn't that be neat? That would take a lot of money, but it would be neat. All right. Do you still have the Tops Mewtwo promos for $17? They're no longer $17. They would have to be repriced, but I do still have them, yes. Been selling them for a while, huh? All right, now let's grab this card back out here. We got some Hololive Girly. Obsidian Flame. Oh, oh, this is a good pack. You did pull Golden Charizard. Look at that. Wow. All right. Here's Garganical. Oh, okay. Here's Destined Rivals. DeWebble, Arboliva. Who's collecting Arboliva? It's literally just like an olive tree, but it's got pitted olives. It makes no sense. It's not how an olive tree would actually be. Okay. Cold Ascended Heroes. That sucks. And a cold pack of the Mega Evolution. So, of course, you're not actually allowed to have better pulls than Sarah Dusenberry. You know that's not allowed, right? But this is what you pull. You pull a nice Charizard. That's good. You got a Master Ball Pikachu. That's good. Some cute Minecraft cards. There's a little Silver Daisy. That's not bad. Oh, and you got this SR Star from Guilty Gear, from Code Geass. All right. Very good, man. Mr. Hawk, you go deep the last 2 days. I appreciate it, man. Let's get you a fresh bag. You got 2 bags now. We have fun with Mr. Hawk joins. There it goes. Camacho, number 2. All right. When I was a kid in the 80s, we collected top trumps. Not sure how they fetch now. There we go. Here's Gengar for 4,400. Charizard for 2,500. There's another Slowpoke. Here's SpongeBob for 260. And here is Pristine Psyduck. I'll put this guy away. Too many of these Slowpokes. Pat Gibbs is next. Wait. It's not Pat Gibbs' turn. Hold on, wait a second. So we finished the jumbo pack break for Hawk. And then Mr. Hawk orders 10 of the Poke Shuffles. So still Mr. Hawk's turn, actually. Here you go, Mr. Hawk. Yes, we had to finish the rest of his turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There it goes. All right. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you got 2 pulls, a Star Spot and a Mimikyu 10. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you pull a Star Spot, and I've designated the Nintendo Tops box to be the star receiver. All right. Wow. So the Nintendo Game Packs box is up to 3 spots now. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. There it goes. Now, this Mimikyu is T10 over here. Is that going to be really expensive? That almost seems like it could be really expensive. 097. Okay, let's see. 097. Mimikyu 097. What is that going to be? Oh, is it this one? Wow, lovely. Okay, that's Trick or Trade Mimikyu. So you paid $50 and you got $100 worth of cards out. Now you got to decide, do you keep this guy or do you re-roll him? He's Trick or Trade Mimikyu, graded 10. Got your money back plus some. How much is that Charizard at 10? 300? Which Charizard? Last sold 216 at 10. Oh, the golden Charizard. Yeah, he's good, man. He's a cool card. We gotta make a new jumbo break. That jumbo break sells, man. Popular. Oh, I suppose I'm supposed to create some information in here. Hold on. I forgot to say jumbo break 9 went to Hawk before 180 minutes. All right, there goes. Roll it. All right, he's re-rolling it. So that'll click down by 10 points. He'll go back in for 60 for this round, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. This will say 50 out of 60. So the next time it gets pulled, it will only be worth $50. And you get to pull out 10 fresh cards. You ready? 10 fresh cards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good luck. Scooby-Doo. Wow, look at you. Rolling into the Abra instead. Let's go find the Abra. Wow. Let's see. Oh, Abra, where are you? He's in here somewhere. Is this it? Nope, that's Kirlia. Here he is. So you've gone from a $60 card into a $70 card. That's Abra. What's back there? What am I getting caught on? That's so weird. The box is getting caught. So here is the Abra pull. He's currently at 70, so this kind of needs to be hidden now. Roll this one as well. You want to roll this one? All right. Let's see. We're going to need some of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 14. He's going to tick down to 60. So next time he is pulled, he shall be worth 60. And you get 12 cards now. Okay, 12 of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 12. Ice Cube. 1, 2. McDonald's. Oh, look at you. Wow. Why does this seem too easy? Is it just me or does it seem too easy? There it is. All right. So we got McDonald's, Ice Cube, and Mega Scrafty. That's ridiculous. All right. We got, let's see. You just re-roll, 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 and then it's just like this huge round. Okay, so we got number 231. Got me questioning my math over here, man. Let's see. Ice Cube and McDonald's Pikachu. I think this is the Pikachu. Oh. And the Ice Cube. Where's the Ice Cube? Must have been over here. Many have had to lose for him to win, mister. Haha. Yes, let's see. I can't find the Ice Cube. Oh no, where's the Ice Cube? This is so frustrating when we can't find it. Let's see, Ice Cube 133. Put that there. Sometimes the rerolls look so easy. It's like, damn, dude. I need to buy some freaking shuffles. All right, so I'm gonna have to check the other box for the Ice Cube. I know what the Ice Cube looks like, but I did not run into him. You guys gotta keep an eye on me when I work on the shuffles. If I don't put the card actually into the box, try to help me out, catch me, and be like, "Yo, bro, you gotta put that card in the box." Let me check the live customs because it might be over here in the live customs. I know what card it is. It's not terribly expensive. It's like $40. But the problem is we don't know if it's been re-rolled yet. So it might be less than $40. Well, shoot, man, I can't even find it. Oh, this slows the stream down by so much for me to not have it in there. It's no good because we're running out of time here. I got to get this done. I'm like the train conductor. I got to get the train on time. All right, I'm going over to the All Slabs channel. I'm going to see if I can see it in there. It's possible it went in there. We're looking for an Ice Cube in the there it is. Found it. It's in the All Slabs channel. So what happened was obviously I put it back into the box. Here he is. Ta-da. All right. All right, there you have it. All good. Oh my God, dude. Now, what are we doing here? We're gonna say Ice Cube sold. What are we doing here? For regular sale at one point. I thought you removed it. You were pricing and put it back. I wondered because I had the reroll prices, but you changed the sleeve. Keep the McDonald's, roll the other two. All right. So this McDonald's card goes to Mr. Huck. There you go. Okay. These two are getting re-rolled. Wow, that's ridiculous, man. Okay. I don't know if there's something that I don't understand with the math. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe re-rolling at 90% is not such a good idea. Because if you think about it, maybe there's a big difference between the value of the Ice Cube and the value of the McDonald's Pikachu, right? Even though they're dollar for dollar, this is 45 and the other one's whatever, like overpriced at 85. Maybe there's like an implicit value that it can't be seen. So what you end up with is a lot of these cards getting re-rolled unless it is McDonald's Pikachu. See what I'm saying? Okay, this is going to go to 40. This is going to go to 45. So this works out to be $85 re-roll for you. So you end up seeing a ton of re-rolls because it's not like a slot machine where it's like money is money. It's more like, is this card technically really a good card or not? That's going to be 17 on the reroll. Good luck. All right, let's see what you get. Dude, we got a 1, 2, 3. That's why you see so many rerolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Next row is going to be like 30. Could be. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, maybe not actually. All right, so we roll into the Lugia. That was 17. You rolled into the Lugia. And what are we getting from the Lugia? Let's see. Yeah, so those two cards, they did go back into the box, right? And he used that value of those cards to get to another part of the box. But I think you end up with the problem where the box gets picked through for just the very best cards. And it's relatively low risk to do that. Meaning that perhaps at 90% reroll, it's too recursive. You know, like it's too easy to actually pick through the box. Oh, actually, this was a pretty rough round here because you went from 85 to 30. So you've got this Lugia 10, and you can decide to re-roll it or keep it. I wondered because it had the re-roll prices, but you changed the sleeve. Meow, 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 meow. Mr. Hawk's going, test it or re-roll it. Sorry, Mr. Pat Gibbs. It'll be your turn very soon, man. We also got to put together a new jumbo slab break. And we have a big Sarah Dusenberry order coming up. He says re-roll it. All right, re-rolling. 25. I don't know, mister. There's a ton of blanks in there, mister. It's pretty good how it is. So this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to re-roll for 5. All right. 40-minute wait for the website. Yeah. Tammy, you got to be done too. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Pat Gibbs has also waited a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! All right. That's the end. Yo, that took a while, man. Now, let me see who's actually got the older order here. So Pat Gibbs and then Tammy. It is Pat Gibbs. Okay, so Pat Gibbs, 1 spot in the new tray slab and 2 pokey shuffles. You got it. Mr. Pat, here you. Pat Gibbs. What'd you think of that, Mr. Hawk? Did you find that entertaining? Was that fun? The new trade slab. Did I mark it as a trade slab? Oh, yeah, I did. It's right here. I'm going crazy. I sent you a Discord message, mister. Check it out. I'm going to check it out. It was fun. Yeah, so Mr. Hawk, those pokey shuffles have been selling like crazy ever since we added the reroll feature. Let's see. Cool, man. I think I should click on it, maybe. Let me see what happens if I click on it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. Okay. All right. So let me jump over here. So the Pat Gibbs order is done. And now Miss Tammy says Chinese 151 surprise, 18 packs. All right, you got it. 18 of them, you say. So that's going to be a whole box. Whoop. And no, I need my pokey shuffles. Wait, did I no, oh, I didn't open them. Did I get distracted? I didn't open them. 2 pokey shuffles for Pat. I'm sorry, dude. It's because it's getting closer to my bedtime, and I know we still have a lot to do. So I'm trying to get it all done in time. Here it is. 1, 2. There we go. I'm suffering from success. That's what's going on. Pat Gibbs 2 cold ones. There we go. We can't all be hot Camacho. There we go. All right, now back to Tammy. Sorry about that, Mr. Patrick. I went to a new restaurant today. Karis and I drove out to Lebanon, Missouri, where the Lebanese live. And we tried out it's a nice Asian restaurant, a hibachi grill, one of those Japanese hibachi grill restaurants where they cook it in front of you, except they didn't actually cook it in front of you at this one. it is. But it had all the same stuff like sushi rolls and miso and tempura, and it had that really yummy steak and chicken and all that. That was pretty good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There it is, 18. Miss Tammy. Let's get it. Time to pull Miss Tammy the Pikachu like it's easy. Oops. Snip of this. All right. Snip of this. I have a friend lives in Lebanon, PA. Snip of this. All right. We got a place near us 30 minutes away. It's called Lebanon, Missouri. It's just like this middle of nowhere town in Missouri. You get there and you're like, why do people live here? Sometimes you get to a place you don't understand why people exist in a place. It just doesn't make sense. So there's your Alakazam. Here's Charmander. But I can't really speak that way because I kind of live in Missouri too, right? But at least I live next to the lake. Like at least the lake is nice. I don't understand people living in Lebanon. There's literally nothing there. We went to a roller skating rink that opened out there very recently. And we went in, and it was just packed with kids. It was packed with adults. It was really full. So we went there today, actually. They had a roller skating rink. And yet it had this sort of like sad country feeling to it. Like, what are we doing here? Like we drove up and it was just sort of like this big warehouse. And it didn't even have a driveway. It just had like a gravel road with like a gravel parking lot. And you walk in and you're like, oh my God, hey, look at that Wigglytuff. There's this feeling like we were Amish or something. I was like, we're Amish. Everybody had like 6 children. Everybody had the look of innocence on their face. It's like they'd never seen anything crazy before. And that's a really distinct feeling you only get from the countryside. You don't get it anywhere else. Here's Bulbasaur. Well, you pulled it Wigglytuff, Miss Tammy. How about a Master Ball? Can we get Tammy a Master Ball? That's Articuno. And no Master Ball. I'm sorry. Shroot Farms. Ew, Wigglytuff. Yeah. No Altart this time. Yeah, so exactly. There's a Shroot Farms feeling to it. But so, you drive down this country road and it's gravel. It's not even a paved road. You get to this big warehouse with air conditioning. You go in. They're not playing any cool music. There's no cool music. It's a bunch of country folk. It's very full, actually. There's a lot of people there. So they're very happy it exists, clearly. But there's just this feeling like it's an even more conservative feeling than being a homeschooler, right? Like I was raised as a homeschooler, and this is a stronger feeling than that. You're like, where are we, dude? Where am I? It's like you're transported back to the 1990s almost, and people are dressed in like overalls, and there's like a real well shucks kind of feeling. And I'm looking at Karis and going, all right, let's get out of here before they start, before the children of the corn arrive. All right. But it was very interesting. Sounds like the Roll-O-Rama where I grew up, just a barn behind some other buildings. Yeah, exactly. Do you think you have time to do a pre-grade on the Charizard, mister, if I send for it? Yeah, you can do that real fast. So we're done with Tammy. Now we have Miss Sarah. She says 4 live customs, 6 sneaker bunkos, and 6 surprise 151 packs. So by the way, Miss Sarah is giving away a whole booster box of Pokemon 151 surprise. Sarah donates box. Now, Sarah, we're probably going to do that on Monday just because there's so much stuff to give away. There's actually like a queue to do that. By the way, let's update the donate list. Once again, I've not really been updating it for me. Let's make this 335, 65 or something. We're going to add Mr. Brett Love. Brett Love. He gave away maybe like a $20 round. And then we got Miss Sarah Dusenberry. And she's giving away a $90 round. I don't know what it is, but April has been a weirdly generous month. There's been a lot of giveaways this month. Okay, so 6 sneaker bunkos. Let's grab those sneaker bunkos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have another box? Yes, we do. Perfect. I prefer the country than the concrete city. Better air, peace, quiet, lovely scenery. You can drive. Yeah, I'm basically living in the countryside right now. That's why I'm living. I'm living in the countryside right now. The place where I live, we have like a population of The whole area, like 90,000 people. That's it. It's a big area and it's only 90,000 people. I came from a place that had over 1 million. It's St. Charles, St. Louis County, easily over 1 million people. And so to downscale down to like 90,000, it really feels like it's there's less to do. 5 and 6. We'll say it that way. There's less to do. But there's nice things about living in the city, living in the countryside. It is very peaceful. Yes. Although I got to say this, I was complaining about this the other day, and I'm going to complain about it a little bit more. I was driving up the road to the sort of like Camdenton Square. That's what the city I live in, or the country town, or whatever you want to call it. It's called Camdenton, right? That's the county. And there's political protests going on in the middle of the. I don't know why, because this area is like mega Republican. It's like fiercely Republican. There's like a protest going on. You're not going to change anybody's voting habits, as far as I know, out here. But man, it just spoils the feeling of the area. Coming all the way out here to the countryside feels like the whole point of getting out here was to precisely get away from those particular protests, because there was a lot of that going on in the St. Louis, St. Charles region. And Karis and I decided ultimately, like the Black Lives Matter movement and all that. Karis and I ultimately decided, hey, let's just get out of here. That's why that was one of the reasons why we decided to move out here, was to get away from all that. And it has followed us in. Actually, we just had local elections out here in Lake of the Ozarks, which I did not bother voting in, because let me tell you about it. All 3 candidates for mayor were Republicans. There wasn't even a Democrat at all. It's just 3 different Republicans. One was super Republican, the other one was super Republican, and the last one was maybe moderate Republican. And that person lost the most, by the way. You are. So you had 3 options for mayor: a Republican, a Republican, and a Republican. And only one of them was kind of like a centrist Republican. You are. And that person lost real bad. And that's why I didn't vote, because I knew that there was only one outcome for the election anyways. I was like, who cares? Here goes. What we got? We got wheezing. You know what? We get protests every week. Now, for a year in the UK, it's become the norm. We used to go to raves and enjoy ourselves when we were teens. Man, that's sad. That's how it should be. Yeah, so I would drive up the road to the Camdenton Square, and it's not a very big location. It's just tiny, man. There's just so few people living in that area. That portion has so few people. And then there's like, now there's these political groups, and they're protesting there, and it's just like, bro, we're in the countryside, bro. Like, what are you doing out here? No one's gonna change their vote. This is not the city. This is not the battleground area. This area is not about to flip. You know what I mean? It's almost like a nuisance and nothing else. There's no effectiveness to the protest. It's like if I went to the gayest part of San Francisco or San Diego, and everyone who lives there is gay. And then I put up a God hates gays sign or something like that. And I said, you need to change your vote. Like, I'm just spinning my wheels to spin my wheels. They're not about to change. You know what I mean? That's how it kind of feels. That's the feeling of it. And it's annoying to see, because it does spoil it a little bit. It spoils the sort of pristine, getting away from all of that um, rambunctiousness, all of the political uh, drudgery, or whatever you might call it. Oh, let's all fight all day long, every single day. Hey, bro, I'm just trying to go to the park, man. Oh yeah. All right, Miss Sarah, you ready? No, you have to think about our ideas. Let's see. Yes, Pocopia is fun. Ah, the evolutionary line of Republicans. Check Discord. Law in the back arse of nowhere. Man, I wish I got to experience the joys of being a teenager, but I was born too late. I was born in 1989, which makes me pretty old these days. I can't believe how old I am. Life just kind of goes like that. Life's over instantly. But I was born in 1989, which makes me 37 today. I don't feel 37, but I guess I am 37. I'm just older now. And times were very different, because in the 1990s, there was no internet, there were no cell phones. And so you just kind of went outside and played, and that was it. You went to Blockbuster, you went to the movies, and you hung out with real people. Like you didn't FaceTime, you just went outside and saw each other. There you are. Bow wow, bro. Like there was definitely nothing like this either. These sexy doggy girls. This is a very recent invention. There was no Gooner stuff back then. Maybe there was, but I don't think there was a lot of it. It certainly wasn't accessible to children. Um, just a very different environment, you know. And America felt significantly less racially tense. Like there was less tension. Yeah. All right, Miss Sarah. Let's see. Sarah. Now it feels extremely tense. Like it's all we care about. It's all we're focused about. Like I thought that the sort of like the goal, the ideal was for everyone to just sort of appreciate each other's arts and talents and sort of like a meritocracy, right? Like everyone just appreciates, hey, my neighbor pays taxes, works hard. And the goal was to kind of be colorblind over time, wasn't it? That's how it felt in the 90s. Like that was the we live in the lamest version of a cyberpunk dystopia. Well, that was so in the 90s, that was sort of like the goal. That was sort of like 4 live customs for Miss Sarah. All right, Sarah, you ready? That was the goal to sort of live in a colorblind society. And now we're in the future, and it's the only thing we talk about. It's the only thing that matters now. It turned out you couldn't really live in a colorblind society. As society became, I don't know, more mixed, it's actually the only subject that anyone talks about. We are. All right, what we got? Bahamut Sin. Oh, there's a hit. Maybe a double hit. Oh, it is a double hit. Oh, man. Sarah's just killing it all the time. All right. Yeah, booted out after breakfast, back home before street lamps come on. That was our childhood. We had to deal, fix, learn ourselves. Most parents were both at work. We Gen, X Gen are self efficient. All right, here we go. Ready? Ladios and Pikachu. Ooh, Ladios. I know that card. That card got sold back to me. Where are the Odysseys, mister? We're gonna do them for Monday. We're gonna do them for Monday, the daytime, and Monday, the nighttime. So they're coming. Save $40 for one. Here's Mega Latios. That's 125. You just made all your money back on that one card. Now, also the Pikachu. Let's see. Pikachu. Let's see. What's the number? 018. Here it is. Pikachu and Latios. So this is another one of those trigger trades. Obviously, I have a lot of trigger trades. Ooh. And this is Mega Latios from Pokemon XY. When does Sarah not win? She does sometimes not win, is the truth, but she seems to get a little more lucky than average. Maybe a little is a bit of a. Why is this so impossible to get out of here, man? Dude, it's so hard to remove cards from the back, from like the surface of a tag slab. For Halloween, can you dress up as PC Principal? I think I probably could. Is that a microaggression? Remember, used to be a commercial on TV back in the day. Do you know where your kids are? I remember, this is your brain on drugs. Can I re-roll Pikachu? All right. Let's get this guy a new sleeve. This is your brain on drugs. Also, Smokey the Bear. There were a lot of cool commercials back then. Commercials now are so insane. The world changed so much. Like in the 90s, I feel like there was significantly less narcissism. Significantly less narcissism. Because as social media arrived, all of a sudden everyone could be a little celebrity, and that's what everyone aspired to be. And so in order to I can sing, I can dance, in order to do that, to get attention, you had to create almost like a mindset. All right, look at me, look at me. Hey, it's me, Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. You had to create this mindset to be a successful YouTuber or Instagrammer or OnlyFans girl or TikToker or Facebook, I guess was earlier. So there was a time before all that where no one really aspired to be famous at all. It just wasn't a thing. No one aspired to it. It wasn't going to happen to you unless you were living in San Diego or something or wherever, San Francisco, I guess. It was not going to happen to you. You were not going to become a famous person. So you didn't worry about it. There were no cell phones. You didn't talk to each other all day. And the world changed pretty rapidly after social media became a big deal. And you saw the development of everyone having this sort of brain, this sharpness, this alertness, this capability of saying, hey, I need to build a follower group. I need eyes on me. I need attention. And so our personalities changed, and memes didn't exist in the 90s either, by the way. So you weren't very sharp. Like, hey, what up, step bro? You didn't say, hey, as long as you got your socks on, right, bro? You didn't say stuff like that because it just didn't exist. No memes existed. They just weren't a thing. So everyone just talked like, hey, how's it going, Allison? Oh, I'm all right. How about you? That's it. That was the 90s. It's just very calm. You can't experience that now. It's impossible to experience that. It virtually doesn't exist unless you go what? To the middle of nowhere in Missouri. Then it sort of exists. Like I was saying, I said um we went to this roller skating rink and it did feel like we were back in the 90s a little bit. Are you ready? You're gonna pull, ooh, the Queen of Diamonds and co-ride on. All right, there it is. Dress as Snoop tomorrow. People are analoguing right now. Mr. For Halloween, can you dress up as PC Principal? There you go. All right, Miss Santa. All right. I remember actually there was a critical moment where I felt like our society was changing. And that was when it was Miley Cyrus actually. Remember Miley Cyrus? And she did that one dance where she was dressed so scantily. She was scantily clad and she did that butt move on the one guy in the white suit. Do you guys remember that? That went super viral on the news for a while. And I feel like our society was moving over to more like a sex-oriented society where everyone wants to know, hey, can you dance like that? Do you look good enough for this? Can you be a rock star? Can you be a superstar? We moved over to a society where your sort of like your sexual currency was really important for your success as a person. You know, like people needed to know, hey, are people gonna swipe on you the right way on dating apps and stuff like that. So this was like this transitional period where before that point nobody really did that, and then all of a sudden everybody's doing it. It happens so swiftly. Joseph Smith says one spot in the roaring skies. Joseph Smith, thank you so much. I want to see you with dreads tomorrow, mister. You probably won't see me with dreads. Yeah, I don't have enough hair for that. I shaved all my hair off. That's my favorite haircut. Go. Let's see. I always shave my hair off. It makes me more efficient at opening packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's one spot left on the Roaring Skies. I don't think we're going to do it tonight because it's 410, but there's one spot left on that Roaring Skies. You can buy it ahead of time if you'd like. Can't do that, mister, and his Britney arc. My Britney arc? What are you what are you saying? So we're jumping over to the website real fast. I think we're just about at the end here, guys. We have Mr. Hawk, and he says, grade the Charizard. All right, you got it, man. Right. Yeah, the world keeps changing, man. The world keeps changing, and it's fascinating. Mr. Hawk. Okay. So this card will definitely not grade 10. He's 2 off center on the back. Check out the centering left to right. That's going to be a 9. Could be worse than a 9, but for now, we'll just assume it's a 9. There it is. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. There is one more step to the stream, actually, guys. We have one more step to make. Now we have to give away that card. Let's give that card away. The world ain't changing for the better. I wish it did. I mean, it's like a mixed thing. It's a mixed thing. I think there's a certain nihilism and a certain subcategory of nihilism, which is sort of what is it when it's all about pleasure? It's got a term. It's called I can't remember it right now. Hold on, let me grab this card. What is it called? What's the philosophy where it's all about pleasure? I think there's a certain level of nihilism in society. Okay, here's Cody Hodges. And I think that there's like this sort of like transitionary phase where the world's becoming pretty flat and people are losing their sense of home, losing their sense of a culture, losing their sense of identity. There's a lot of mixing going on that some people are not comfortable with, or maybe is simply not working in some areas. Like for example, Japan is kind of freaking out because there's a big mosque being built right next to a Shinto shrine, and the mosque is going to be much bigger than the shrine. And so there's a lot of people in Japan upset over this right now. Should they be upset? Are they being bigots? Are they being racist? Or is it simply their home and they get to decide if they're going to be Shinto or if they're going to be Muslim? And that's kind of the conversation people are having. Maybe they should allow it to be built and just be more open minded. Or maybe they should be closed minded and be like, hey, no, this is our place that we built. You didn't build it, we built it. And you don't get to put your thing here because we don't like it or something like that. You know what I mean? So they get to decide, I guess. But that's kind of what's going on in the world right now is a lot of rapid mixing of groups, and people are struggling with that. That comes with friction. It comes with tension. Get Mr. Alex. And there's been a dramatic change in values. Alex Garcia. Finances for the world is not exactly easy yet. We're not overwhelmingly wealthy yet. People still struggle to afford their home. People struggle to afford medicine. So that hasn't been solved yet. I feel like when that's solved, people will get a lot less angry. And last but not least, number 20, Mr. Russ. All right, here it goes. Very nice. Boop. Landing on 5. That's Tammy. You got it, Tammy. Is Tammy here? All right. Ooh. Yeah, the world continues to change. But we know, my policy, if I was in charge, my policy would be simple. Everyone gets free Pokemon cards. That's the simplest policy. There we go. All right. Ooh. Tammy. So tomorrow we'll be beginning with these Brett Love giveaways. He's got Rayquaza and Kyogre, and these are Brett Love giveaways. So be there for the next stream. Now wait a second. Oh, right. Okay, so I already put this to the side. This is the Sarah Dusenberry whole box of 151 giveaway. So we got both of those ready to go. Perfect. Mister, check the score, says Miss Tammy. Ooh, let me check. I paid 108 for 18 packs on the website. So I believe there's 15 packs per box. And so what I did was I got you a bonus 3 packs. That's what happened. So I opened a whole box for you and I added 3 packs to it at the beginning. Did you catch that? My bad, Timmy. You did actually get 18 packs. I carefully counted it out. Is it 15? It might be 15 for that one. It's like insanely confusing because some of these sets are like 18 packs and some are like 16 or 17 packs. And then some of the boxes are like 15 packs. I don't even remember it. Like I know they're not all 15. I don't even remember the rules. Some of them are just different numbers. It's insanely annoying. So what I did when I saw that you ordered 18, I got a whole sealed box and then I grabbed 3 fresh ones from my left so that you got a total of 18. And no Pikachu Gengar. Womp. All right, but you did get your total amounts worth. And oh, okay, I didn't know. No, you're fine. Yeah, I made sure you got your full amounts worth. I can understand how it's confusing because even I'm confused by it. It's just I can't even memorize it all. It's too much to memorize. Thank you so much, guys. What an exciting Sunday stream. It ran all the way to 416. If you had a really good time and you don't want to miss the next one, smash the subscribe button and YouTube will let you know next time I go live. I'll be live on Monday for the daytime stream and then again for the late night stream. I'll see you guys there. See you later, everybody.